Hello! How are we all? We're finally back at it again. Playing Dungeons and Dragons, Trials of the Xel'nari. Things have been interesting. The party has made some daring escapes and some sudden discoveries, and now they're at a crossroads where things can go many different ways. Kovac has been able to rescue the Cursed One, having unlocked hidden powers that they did not know they had themselves. But Sam, who is unfortunately not with us tonight, unfortunately life got in the way, Sam has got more pressing matters that they hope the rest of the party is willing to help them on. Of course, there is still their charge. They are meant to be escorting the demo back to the Xel'nari castle to try and strike some form of bargain or alliance. But also, technically, they have completed their goal of stopping a war breaking out, at least for now. There is, of course, also what Barda has been seeking on their behalf, looking for Storm's people. She has been quiet of late, not feeding back any information, but the last she had said was that she believes she may know the way there, and may have even located them. But there is a choice to be made. But they are still on the road with the rest of the demo, and they are currently heading towards the border to meet up with the priest escort that our dear Mug has requested. And we shall take it from there on the road, having just stopped some strange creatures from trailing them and gathering information.
Oh yeah, they were like nightmare things, weren't they?
Beasts of Shadow.
We don't really know.
Yeah.
You know that the demo said that they were called run-alongs, or at least that's what they had called them.
Indeed.
I think the idea was to travel for at least a couple of hours to have a bit of a gap from where they were last observing us.
That seems like a wonderful plan. And we're gonna settle right down.
How long do you wish to travel without them?
Oh, what time of day did we see them?
It was fairly early in the morning.
Oh, then we can just do the normal day's travel, and that should be fine, I guess.
Yeah,
Will
sure.
you be diverting your course at all, or
Are we following a road, or
you are currently on the road? Yes, with your cart.
On the road again.
Now, Kovac has managed to do some repairs to it, but it is quite possible that going off-road may cause further damage to it.
Yes, I would not recommend going off-roading.
Yeah. I think we'll just put some distance and see how that goes.
Alrighty. You spend several hours trudging down the road. Sam and Thalai taking turns to pull the cart along, as you still lack the necessary beasts of burden to do so.
I would not be able to. I can only do a max of 3 minutes a day of it. It's all Sam.
It's all Sam.
How much could you pull just as a medium-sized creature?
Yeah,
just
large,
as me.
masculine Goliath.
As me, I can pull. Where do you
Potentially
find?
the cart by itself, but even that would be
Well, I
struggling.
can push, drag, or lift 1,080 pounds.
So, Mug, make deal. You drag cart uphill, Mug drag cart downhill. Sound good?
What? I think I could drag the empty cart. The one that used to hold alcohol.
I think we left the second car behind, didn't we?
You did, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Then
well,
I
if
can't
most of us are walking, we can work something out, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just good to have the cart for those who were well wounded and Kari is still recovering, so
Hmm.
she can ride inside.
I was gonna say she's probably still in the cart, and Storm's probably still doing regular checkups on her.
Alrighty. So in that case, traveling would be slow, having to constantly switch, pull people out of the cart, or rest in between. Sam being able to transform again to continue the journey. So unfortunately, it does slow down your traversal, but it means that you are easily able to keep an eye out to see if anything else is following you, of which you believe nothing is. You can make a perception check if you wish.
I feel like Storm would do. Storm, when she's not checking on what's her name?
Akari.
Akari, is riding on top of the cart. Oh, actually,
see
no, I
nothing.
can't. I can't ride on the top of the cart, can I? So I'll ride on Thog's shoulders.
You can ride on top of it. It'd just be
She'll ride on Thog's shoulders.
Nat 1. I see nothing.
you see nothing. You know nothing.
Because I have disadvantage on all ability checks.
It seems prudent to keep an eye out for well.
I rolled a classic Alice roll. I rolled a 7, so that's 17, you know? It's okay, I can do perception. Not bad.
I rolled
me.
Mug gets a dirty 20.
I got a nat 20 for a 22.
Sam got a critical.
Damn.
Hey,
I rolled on Sam's behalf. That's a good start for my roll. Yeah.
Shit.
Use them all on useless stuff.
Pretty much. With Sam's keen eyes out as well, you believe whatever it was that was tracking you was encased entirely upon those creatures, and with you being able to disable them, it has allowed you to move away without something tracking your position. With Kurvek spending some time identifying the stones and trying to ascertain their magic, you don't believe that they have any ability to continue tracking you in their now damaged and dormant state. So you believe you're in the all clear.
excellent. Let us carry on.
You carry on for the next few hours until night is starting to fall. You can choose to proceed forward, but I believe Sam would be probably requesting to rest the night, as they have been pulling a heavy cart for most of the day.
Yes. We'll find somewhere near the road, sheltered.
Going about business as usual, setting up camp, assigning those to keep watch. Again, the demi-guards are happy to fill in some of the shifts as well for that, or pair up with someone.
Mug will take first watch by climbing up a tree and trying to sort of look out from there while whittling the ugliest horse you've ever seen.
Okay.
Well, you think it's a horse. It's either that or a dog.
Is Mug deliberately whittling it badly, or is that just you've decided that's what
Well,
Mug's
no, he's untrained in a dexterity of 6.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
Not much more need be said.
Finger off.
Okay. Who's taking second watch?
Storm always takes last watch because she's usually up and about doing morning things.
I'll take second watch.
Alright, I'll get perception checks from both.
Okay.
Roll it.
Much worse. Much
Okay,
worse.
my rolls are going pretty
Much
well.
worse than
Two
a natural
19s
20,
and an 18.
yeah.
I got a 5 total. I am distracted.
Mm.
If anyone is paying attention, Kurek is poking her head into the bag of holding and pulling out different splinters of wood and just examining them closely and then putting them away.
Alright, and what were your 2 rolls?
14.
And Mug?
I thought this was only for second watch.
No, for all 3 watches. Just one of the rolls for
Okay.
all.
13.
The first watch goes without a hitch, peaceful and quiet, without the looming danger of something looming over you. It's a lot easier for you to get some sleep and rest up. Sam is quick to pass out and curls up, desperately needing the rest. The second watch is where things get a little interesting.
My watch, no.
Spicy.
Unfortunately, you were distracted going through your bag, investigating the items within. And so it is not until they are pretty much on top of you that you hear the sound of carts and feet. You can hear the sound of metal-clad feet trotting through the path. And then you see the light of torches coming around the corner. They are coming from the east. They have not spotted your location just yet. Your fire's already been out. But they are approaching. It looks to be a wagon, a fairly heavily armored wagon, as well as an escort of 4 men on horseback and 2 walking beside, all carrying torches. So they are not trying to hide their approach.
So, heavily armored wagon, 2 on horseback, 4 on foot.
And 1 riding on the wagon itself, leading the horses. The wagon itself is being pulled by a 4-horse. I don't know why I was going to say 4-horse eye. That is definitely not the...
I wrote in my haste. I went to write 4 horses, but I wrote forces, like FORSES.
Love it. Classic.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm a wizard. I'm smart. Are any of the demigods also awake with me?
Yes, there is 1 guard awake with you,
And
as they decided to pair up.
did they notice before me?
So I rolled 2 19s and an 18. So yes, he did happen to notice. And it's his alertness that finally kind of just shoves you and gets you over to the side, out of the way. Where you've decided to pick up camp is off the road anyways. So it is possible that they could potentially just pass you by.
I will cast my gaze over to Thalai, and he feels the sensation of an invisible arcane hand just going against his face.
What? What?
I point over in the distance to the caravan that's coming.
Lack of night, the dark vision, and extremely, half awake.
Yeah.
And
Looking
still
over,
grappling exhaustion. What do I see?
looking over, due to you being used to the dark now from being awakened into the night and then falling asleep, the sudden light from the torches kind of gives you that momentary blindness for a moment. Your eyes can adjust. Kovac, who has been sitting in relative darkness, can adjust a little bit faster, but still that sudden light is a bit much for you. And it's not till they kind of come around the bend, they still haven't noticed you, but you see that they are donned in the same tunics of that of the Namaran Empire. So this could potentially be the group that you have called for.
This could be an opportunity.
Or it could be demo agents in disguise.
But we're in Namaran lands.
I'm asleep. Don't listen to Mug.
Just Mug in his sleep, just dim his voice.
It's a kitten.
Spies everywhere. I'm not wearing pants.
No, that's the lie.
So,
Yeah, Thalia
True.
is sleeping buff in his tent.
so Kurek will creep over nearer to him and then begin to whisper and say, do you think we should approach and try to engage them in conversation? They could be the people sent to find us.
Doing calculations, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Could we have caught up with them? Like, could this be that group?
By the fact that they're moving at night, it is quite possible, yes. They may have been beating haste and moving through the night as well to try and get up to your position quickly.
So
If they were not doing that, then this is too early. There is the chance.
Do they look exhausted?
They look weary. It's hard for you to tell if they look exhausted from where they stand and with the torches above them, held high above them, casting shadows over their faces.
It could be them.
I'm prepared to take that chance if you are.
Let me put on pants.
You stay here. I will approach and feel out the situation.
I will groggily put on pants.
Okay. And
It would be hilarious if a fight broke out right now, because then Kalan would have to ask, is putting on pants an action or a bonus action?
I don't know. How fast can you put on pants?
I just love
Does it
the
take 3
idea.
seconds for you? No, 3 seconds. 6 seconds for you to put on pants?
Depends what the pants are.
Yeah.
And
First
also,
thing in the morning, yes.
First
Also,
thing in the morning, me putting pants on is a disaster. I'm going to tell you now. It takes at least 5 minutes.
I'm worried about you, Alice.
Everyone should be worried about me.
I'm going to approach the caravan in a non-threatening way. I will
I was
get.
going to say, I really want to see Kovac approach nonchalantly.
I will get decently clear of our campsite, just as much as I can before I'm obviously visible, and I will create a little. I don't have a light ready today, so I'll prepare a little, like a subtle glow that just begins to gradually increase in intensity, just like a small magical glowing effect that could make someone go, "Oh, who is that over there?" and not go, "Oh no, dangerous magic," and just approach cautiously.
One of the guards on horseback looks over as they've been looking over the area, and as they see the light approaching, you hear the call out of, "Who goes there? Identify."
Kovac Riazi, Xel'nari errant.
There's a moment's pause, and then the response, "Ah, fantastic. You were with the others?"
Yes, we are currently resting.
At that, he turns his horse around and begins to dismount, turning over to you again, moving forward, raising up his torch to cast light upon you. You can see in his eyes that they seem quite drowsy. Yes, we've been looking for you. We were told to make haste. Where is the patient?
The patient is in this direction, though her condition has improved. I was able to assist.
Fantastic. We have our field physician here, and he bangs on the side of the cart.
Just before we get any further, I would like to roll an insight check just to make sure that these people seem to be legit. I'm justifiably sus at all times. That's an nat 20 for 25.
They actually, upon looking over this guy, you actually do recognize him from the gatehouse.
Oh, good.
You never spoke with him, but you do recognize his face there from the gatehouse. So you believe that these people are definitely from the area.
Good.
Were the ones sent.
With him banging on the caravan, I will circle around to the side and intercept what I assume is a potentially agitated Asami drawing her weapon in response to this, and just say, "It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine." The Namaran assistance has arrived.
Actually, she is, for once in the time that you've been with her, actually fairly soundly asleep.
Oh, okay.
Every other time she has been very, like, half one eye open, ready to wake on a moment's notice. But for once she is actually quite soundly asleep.
Oh, it's because she could finally relax because her paramour is well.
A good
Mending.
friend and roommate.
Yes.
Definitely not anything else.
No judgment here. Anyway, I will then cautiously like shake her awake, just like from the one shoulder. Apologies for the disturbance. The Namaran envoy have arrived.
Fantastic. Do we still require their assistance? You seem to have done quite well.
Second pair of eyes certainly would not go amiss, especially from someone more qualified in the medical field than I am.
I will speak with my men and make sure they... Oh, excuse me. Speak with my men and make sure that they keep their blades at their side. You know, hold wounds and all that.
Yes.
I trust
That-
your better judgment.
Thank you. At that, I'll walk back over to Thalai, who's probably just finished getting his trousers back on, and just sit down next to him and say, "Good call."
The guard, as well as one of the others who is on foot, approach. In between them is a thin, quite lanky man, dressed in what you would definitely assume is a field physician's robes. Quite clean and tidy undersuit, but with a fairly bloody kind of apron tunic over the top. It definitely seems like he has seen a lot of work. He's scrawny in build and has a pair of what looks to be custom-made glasses, possibly made by himself because they do not look particularly well done, that seem to be attached to the back by just a piece of twine to hold him in place. He seems a bit squirrely as well, but as the guards come around and raise their torches, they immediately draw their swords and look on the ready as they spot the Demu soldiers. And he calls out, "What trick is this? I thought you said we were here to help someone. Is this an ambush?" And he starts reaching for a horn.
What?
What's your response?
No! So, the Namarans think that there was an ambush.
Yes. So there are Demu soldiers in their territory.
I'm going to physically intercede myself between the two parties and urge calm while looking to Thalai for assistance and just say, "This is not an ambush. This is your mission. This is why you were sent here."
I will get you to roll me a persuasion.
Oh, god damn it.
As he's definitely reaching for the horn, ready to blow to sound the alert to the others.
You woke up the wrong person.
0 modifier, that is a 4.
Oh dear. Shall I try anything, or is he too busy trying to put his leg?
It's like the
I
line.
would just. Oh, god damn it. The light would go up and I'll just say, like, no, they're with us. They're with Xel'nari. Don't attack us, please.
Roll a persuasion of your own.
Oh boy.
Are you naked?
Absolutely. Probably not.
Because Salai is
I
normally
would say
naked.
he would. I would say he would, like, the pants are there, but they're not like buckled up or anything. So like they're like sitting loosely on the waist, ready to fall down at a moment's notice, like the most inconvenient moment.
So exactly as you say this.
Yeah. On top of that as well, disadvantage because I'm exhausted still
Oh my god.
with a -1.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
So
We're gonna need that reroll already.
it's a dirty 1.
Going by that, your
Oh
pants
my
do fall
God.
down at that exact moment. Your persuasion fails, but your persuasive member distracts him long enough to pause at the horn, just, huh? And at that, Akari actually throws her sword to the floor and goes, "We are not here to fight. You are here to help."
Oh.
Oh my god, I love that I'm not the only glorious disaster here.
Completely ignoring the fact of what's just happened, she turns to her men and orders them to throw their weapons down as well. The guard pauses for a moment and shakes his head for a moment and goes, "So the Demo and Xel'nari are making an alliance?"
No.
We were dispatched to investigate some potentially concerning activity in Monomonuto, and now we are assisting these demo envoys back to Xel'nari headquarters, from whom they are seeking asylum.
After a moment, the
Are we all awake
Physician-
at this point?
yes, you would definitely have heard this.
We're
started waking up.
speaking pretty loudly. Also, at the end of my sentence, I will wave my hand and conjure a sense bar for Thalai.
He's wearing pants.
No, he's
No,
not.
no,
They
the
fell.
The pants fell
They
down
fell.
because he never
Oh, they
finished,
fell down.
he never
Okay.
finished fastening them because it was a
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
shit, I have to up and stop this from being a fight. It was a disaster.
At this,
Mug will
the
wander
physician-
over to the conversation.
The physician steps forward, putting his hand on the guards, and goes, enough of this. Lewis Beatty, and puts his hand forward towards you, Kovac, expecting a shake. You feel it's a very weak and slightly clammy grasp. Like, it's... He seems a bit awkward and out of place. And he goes, "Yeah, can't you see? A person is in need of help. I am here to assist, and we are here to assist," and turns back to the guard at this. "There will be no fighting. You've got enough to patch up as it is. Now, what seems to be the problem? The description was not great."
A powerful curse had set in, but I was able to perform some rather hasty last-minute research and put together a spell to assist, though such magic is bordering on the edge of my field of expertise, and I would appreciate a second opinion from you.
Storm is protectively sitting on top of the cart, by the way.
He kind of looks you up and down a moment and goes, "Quite resourceful. Do not expect that kind of ability from a wizard, but fantastic that you were able to do so."
Yeah. Right this way. I will lead him off towards the rest of the encampment, where I assume like Mug is sitting up, Storm is looking agitated,
Mm-hmm.
and I will make pleasant introductions. I'll go. This is Mug. This is Storm. Your patient is just in there.
What is the patient's name?
Akari.
Very well. He kneels down in front of her, looking her over, opens up one eye that's glazed over, checks her pulse for a moment, and then looks over there and goes, "Do you know what creature it was that did this? Seems to be a bite of some sort."
I conjure an illusion of the creatures we saw.
Not one I've seen before. But, nevertheless, we can identify and rectify the problem. And he pulls out a symbol of Pelor from under his jacket and begins chanting under his breath while holding his hands over the wounded side. And his hands begin to glow for a moment. He does this for a few minutes before turning back to you and goes, "Well, you definitely stopped the curse. There was a bit of poison still left in there of a paralysis, but I have managed to remove what was left. It seems that it was deep within the body. You have done well. It's quite possible that she would have been perfectly fine in the next few days by her own, but with the poison gone, she should recover in a few hours or so. Though she will be weak on her feet, and I would suggest continuing to have her on the cart or rest. No long journeys ahead for her just yet."
I crack a bit of a smile and look to Asami, hoping for a happy response from her.
You notice that whilst she is mostly looking in the direction of the physician and Akari, her eyes are constantly darting over to both her guards and the other guards, who have both kind of. Well, the guards, the Namaran guards, have got their hands on their weapons still. They have sheathed them, but they still have their hands on them, looking as if they're itching for a fight. Whereas her guards keep eyeing off their weapons on the floor, and you know that they all have daggers on them as well that they have not thrown down. It looks like they are just looking for an excuse for a fight, and she is keeping an eye on it to quell it before it starts, if something does start. But you can definitely see a big sigh of relief upon her when the words are spoken. She goes, "Fantastic. Then we can be off as soon as possible. Perhaps," and she turns to the guards, "perhaps I can pay for a room at a tavern for her to stay for some time. She is clearly no threat to anyone." And the guard pauses for a moment, as if thinking, and goes, "Oh hell, it's above my pay grade. Look, if the Xel'nari say you're here for peaceful matters, then we'll go along with it. Just, no trouble. We'll be watching." She goes, "Fantastic. Now, if you excuse me, I wish to speak with Asami. Akari."
You do it too.
Yeah.
Mug will go over to the cleric.
Mhm.
Go. Priestman, Mug have question.
And you notice, while he was talking about his field of expertise, he was quite confident in how he spoke, but you loom over him. He is probably about half a foot shorter than you and much more scrawny, and he kind of steps back a moment and yes, of course, yes.
What it mean if creature damaged by holy water? What that mean?
It's a fiend of some sort, no doubt. Holy
Creature
water
that
has been
did
known to
bite?
burn them away.
Yeah. They use holy water. It hurt creature.
Then it is definitely a fiend, probably summoned from the depths or from the nine hells, or it could be demonic or devilish.
How you fight fiend?
Typically, a good prayer from your god will help, of course, but holy water is the tried and tested method. Of course, severing their head from their body is also a fantastic method of dealing with something. But I suppose that's true for most creatures. Although not,
You make
not a
holy
hydra.
water?
Yeah, I can. It takes time and resources, but I can.
Good. You need go up mountain, use holy water, kill all creature, then safe.
How many are up there? What are we walking into?
Dozens.
He kind of shrinks away a bit and goes, it's in Demerland. It's their responsibility and not ours. They can deal with it.
If creature come down mountain, then Namaru at risk.
If, as you say, they come down, then we will deal with it. But we do not wish to encroach on international borders and all that.
It's fine. You have letter of permission. You go up mountain, kill beast.
We'll see
You now become hero. Very good. Mug writes story about you soon.
I'm not one for heroics. I am happy with what I do.
Hero never choose to become hero. Someone else make hero. Now
Can
Mug
I
make
choose
you
not
hero.
To be hero? No, I
no
don't
choice.
Want to be a hero. I'm quite happy with my. The closest I get is the gate. I can stay away from it. Mother was right. I'm not cut out for that kind of stuff.
Everyone is. You just need to do what needs to be done, and then something else needs to be done. You do that too.
No, see, I get the
then
heroes
once you do that enough,
back
you
into
become
the
hero.
fight. I'm perfectly content with the back line. Let the big boys with their muscles get the glory.
I'm sorry?
No one...
Oh, Ash, by the way, Thalai has stumbled back into his tent to sleep, and he's left his pants behind, because that's how he is.
Leave your pants behind.
He just has not realized. He's just that tired.
I meant no disrespect, of course. Dear. So, I get nervous. See, I'm not right for this position.
You have... Which god? Was it Palor, sun god?
Yes.
Yeah. Sun god's strong. Palor protect. You go, kill beast. Or you help kill beast. You heal those that fight. You make holy water. You bring power of Palor to kill fiend. Simple.
I can see that there will be no reasoning. I can only promise that we will do what we can.
So...
Oh, what's that, Sergeant? Yes, of course. I'll be there just momentarily. And he beelines away from you as soon as possible.
I'm going to go over and find the captain of the highest ranking guard official that I can see around.
Looking over the guards here, they seem to all be of same rank. It does not seem like one is particularly in charge.
So, by default of seniority, the cleric is the person in charge?
Yes.
Oh, goody.
I'll walk over to one of the guards and go, clerics say he has ability to help stop fiends. Who needs to give order to clear mountain of danger?
The guard kind of looks at you for a moment, looks over to the physician who is making himself look busy, going through his rucksack of potions and stitching materials. Yes. Beatty says he can do something to help. That's surprising.
He may not want to, but all oak wants acorn.
The wall sergeant could give the order, but it is in not our territory. It is not our problem. There's not much we can do about it. The best we can do is set up a scout along the border there, and if some of these creatures were to enter the territory, we would dispose of them. Crossing into demo territory without a warrant from their lord would be, well, start of a war.
Mug understand. Not want to go there without paper saying permission, right?
No.
Good. In morning, you have paper saying permission, so you need go up mountain.
If you lot could not
Mug.
deal with the problem, then how do you expect us to do so?
You need to come up with good plan.
Our plan was only so-so.
Our plan unique. Only work once.
That's an understatement.
And yeah, I'll leave him looking confused and sort of wander off.
Kind of catching wind of Mug's, like, confident assertion of what should be happening, I will walk over to Asami, and I will say, I'm sure you have been overhearing Mug's confidence. Is such a writ something within your authority to produce?
It once was. Without knowing the state of things back home, I'm unsure if it will be more.
So if your words no longer carried as much weight as we hope, if Namarans were found entering the demo territory with such a writ, they would be seen as invaders, you as a defector and betrayer, and bad things would happen?
Quite likely, yes.
Challenging times.
Until I learn more from the homeland, I cannot assist in that regard. I hate to say it, but the city is lost, and at least from what we've seen so far, I believe the creatures are staying put.
That is true. We did not see any evidence of pursuit as we came down the mountain. We didn't, right?
No, you did not. They gave up as soon as you jumped.
Mug will also wander over to the two of them. Vivek,
Yes?
do you still have that special writing kit?
Could you be more specific?
You make writing seem like other writing, right?
Yes.
Good. Mug wants you write paper.
So much more information than that is required.
Oh, simple. You write a form saying that Namaru squad can go to mountain to capture one creature alive and bring back. Signed not by Asami, signed by Emperor.
I look to Asami and say, "Do you have anything signed by him I could examine on your person?"
Thinks for a moment. And, I believe so. Give me a moment. And turns to go back over to Akari to go through her rucksack. Starts rummaging around for a bit.
Smooch,
After a few moments,
get off
after a
my
few
desk.
moments, Smooch comes in with the writ. She comes over with a scroll that's poorly done up. It looks like it's been hastily resealed at one point rather than properly waxed again. She goes, I think this will do. It has his sigil upon it.
Excellent.
And she hands it out, and there is a wax seal of a dragon skull emblazoned on it.
Okay, I can work with this. Let's go to work. I will pull out. I will park myself at the desk in the wagon. Pull out my forgery kit and begin a forgery montage of studying the handwriting and sequencing of how this is written. There's like a horizontal cut to Kovac using just the bead of her finger heating the backside of the wax seal to free it from the paper, and then setting it aside, preparing the document, carefully reapplying the same wax seal to the paper, and getting all scrolled back up to make it look as official as possible.
And I will get you to make me a forgery check, please.
Yeah. And to this, I get to add a d4 because of my Vidakan dispassion.
Yeah, it's quite.
Would you allow Mug to watch what you're doing?
I would be very cautious about it, but yes.
Okay. Apart from the slight little heckling of pointing out small mistakes, he also tries to encourage you and going, "Oh, that's good. Yeah, that looks really good. Good. That direction's good," and gives you inspiration.
Okay. What am I
D8.
adding to? So D8 and Ash in terms
wisdom.
of wisdom. So I add 5 to what I rolled. Heck yeah, Mug! You saved it. You turned you turned a 14 into a 22.
Jesus. That's a significant change.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to believe in yourself, or have some weirdo orc believe in you.
Yes.
Solves every one of life's problems. Hey, Mug, can you believe in me more often?
Well,
Not Storm, just
going
Alex.
to point out that I've been watching you draw Mug in the what was the dice window, and it's awesome.
Oh,
It's
you're
really
welcome.
cool to see the process. Yeah, I've been watching for the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just watching the process.
I do this every stream anyway, and since the dice cam's not active, I'm like, if we need it, it's still there. So I'll activate it as we need it. But since we only really use it for dice rolls that are rerolls, I might as well have something more interesting. So
It's been awesome.
As I'm drawing, if there's any feedback or changes or anything you want me to make, let me know. Just message me.
Okay.
So the contents of the forgery is basically just what Mug said. Basically, temporary access to just the mountains, and just for the sake of capturing a creature, and if a creature cannot be captured, that there is a hard 1 month cap on any presence there, beyond which it becomes void.
Okay. Looking over your writ, and with Asami looking over it as well. She's quite impressed. She looks over and nods and goes, I would not be able to distinguish the difference myself. Very well done.
Thank you.
This could work.
This is indeed my area of expertise. Also, bear in mind, while I've been doing this, I myself have been taking thorough notes for my own reference. So I have elsewhere like my own recreations of his signature, the handwriting, drawings of the wax seal, things like that, just in case for later. Yeah, it's fine.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, part of that would be you would be putting a wax seal on, so you would have created a forged copy of the wax seal as well, an imprint of it.
If there was a wax seal on the document that she gave me, I could just use subtle heat to free it from the paper and then reapply it to mine.
But I mean, if you wished to make a copy, you could do so using your forgery kit.
I also probably would. I assume as part of the forgery kit, there's the means for me to do that.
Yeah, like a clay mold or so, some such.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hmm.
You hand it over to the guard captain, the guard, and he looks it over and, well, I guess we're doing it. I will, of course, report back first to the sergeant and request more men, as such a task will not be possible with just this handful.
Make sure Cleric come along. He need adventure.
At this, he gives a almost evil smile and goes, "Oh, I wouldn't dream of him missing out. You hear that, Beatty? We're going on a quest." And you see, from the distance.
Oh God!
I'm going to cast Heroism on BT. It only lasts for a little bit of time.
That's enough.
It only lasts for 1 minute, but at least, yeah, so cast Heroism on him so he's immune to fear, immune to being frightened, and then I'll go over and just sort of, your first great adventure, it good. You find many things. There's danger, reward, glory. You do good.
Kind of swells up very little, but imagine that's the maximum of his ability. And I don't know what you just cast upon me, but perhaps you can come along and keep casting it. It makes it so much better and easier.
Well,
I might have to learn that one myself.
Not need magic to be brave.
Easy for you to say. And this, he kind of looks over your stature.
Strength not come from arms. Don't tell the Goliath. Strength of faith, strength of mind, good too. It serve you good. Help people, help self. You be strong, you be fine.
I will try. I will try, yes. And he kind of raises himself up and strolls over to the other guards. After a bit of time still attending to Akari, he returns back over to you and goes, we will take them from here. Are you coming with us, or are you going on? What is your goal from this point on?
I think need go elsewhere. Actually.
Storm will chime in and go, "Hey, Kovic, Sam? We need to go west, don't we?"
Yeah.
It's where you
About
probably
that.
realize that she eavesdropped on the entire conversation.
There is a pressing matter that has arisen. It was investigated and does need to be resolved sooner rather than later.
Oh, Kovac. Maybe you write another letter for Asami to go Xel'nari.
I was thinking the same thing. But this one would be a touch more official and less bending the truth.
Well, you not write other one.
Sorry?
Mug looks between you and the guard that's standing here.
I was just on the toilet. I missed the context.
Okay. The guard was asking if we were going to be traveling along with the others,
Okay.
with the demo. Sorry, yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Yes, I will say. Yes, of course. As a Xel'nari errant, I have the authority to produce such a writ.
So, what's the plan then? We're taking this slot?
If you're willing to escort them as far as Antioch.
We can do that. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, and when you find creature, bring to Xel'nari, hand over to Brindle.
Really, Brindle?
Yeah. Say, Kovac said to give this to Brindle and no one else.
I can't imagine that going well, but fine.
Very well. Of course, that's if they're willing to come with us too. Do you speak on their behalf?
On
Maybe
whose behalf? On Demo behalf or
demo,
Xel'nari
yeah.
behalf?
The demo.
The demo have made their intentions for travel known. It is up to them as to whether or not they're willing to accept your help, of course.
At this, Asami steps forward and... We will, yes. You've done a lot for us, and the best we can do now is head to your castle and see what we can sort out to try and stop any war starting and gain some favor, I guess, to make some change, as Marcus said, for the better.
I begin to draft a document granting them safe passage through Xel'nari Heartland to our castle, and making an official request to the Grandmaster that they receive asylum.
I will leave Ikari, Potan, and Haru here to watch over her, and so she can rest up and retrieve her before heading back into Demolands. Again, I cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Is there anything I can do to repay you all?
Make sure
Well-
you get well. They're well. Sorry.
A very obvious, logical compensation for our time would, of course, be money, though that might not be considered socially acceptable.
Mug will sort of look oddly at Kovac. Mug want one thing, but you not be able to help.
What is it?
Mug want you make Demu better.
I agree with Mug.
I will try. And then she smiles I will try.
That does seem more prudent. I was more concerned about the resources that we had to expend for our escape attempt, but I appreciate your scope.
We unfortunately have nothing on us. I would give you what we could, but we left everything there in the escape attempt.
Storm actually jumps down from the top of the cart, reaches into her pouch, and pulls out a handful of gold. I'll roll a dice to see how much that is. Grabs her hand and puts it in her hand. He goes, "You have suffered enough. Take this, and maybe it will help you on your travel, okay? You are working for peace, and that is noble. So you can make your people better where I could not make mine better.
At this, her normally stoic attitude breaks down, and she kind of grabs Storm into a big hug, and Storm can just hear a slight sob from her. She's trying to stifle it, but she is definitely emotionally overcome.
Storm gives her a big hug and just holds her until she's ready to let go. And she gives her 7 gold and... Hang on, where's my money? 7 gold and 1 silver.
Alright.
That's just the random dice that I rolled. She just picked a handful and gave it to her.
As she steps away, she just bows deeply and just thank you all from the bottom of my heart. If our paths ever cross again, I will do anything to help you out. I hope that they do. And I wish you all very good luck on your journey from here on.
You will be okay.
Mug sends you a message time to time. Check you're okay.
I think we'll be fine. Things are starting to look up. But what are your plans from here? Of course, and she raises her hand. If you do not wish to share details, I understand.
We need a horse.
We need several. But we find danger to nations and stop. Make sure countries keep safe. And do again and again.
Is what Xel'nari do. Yeah?
At this, the guard puts his hand on your shoulder, Mug. If you need a horse and you're headed west, you can take 2 of ours. Unfortunately, all we can spare, but you should be able to use them
Much
for as long as
appreciated.
you're in the Marin territory.
Yep.
It is the best I can offer. You'll have to leave them at a stable house when leaving.
That is very gracious of you. Thank you very much.
Where are you headed?
We are headed west. That is where the wind blows us.
So ultimately,
Mug's going to sort of interrupt Kovac and cut her off a little bit and go, Mug won't go other island. Go Auckland. Hunt down bad bard. Make bad bard pay.
He looks a little confused. Well, if it's Xel'nari work, it's not my place to know. Good luck on your travels. We'll camp here for the night and start making our way back east.
Mug, you
I
don't
imagine
have
you're
good
all
point.
tired.
Mug not forget.
We just hear Thelai re-entering REM sleep and just.
Pretty
At that point.
much.
Like a boulder rolling down a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Yeah, go back to bed.
If you're headed across the seas, then you might want to head more south. Head to Marion. Port there should have passage.
I'm sorry, where?
Marion.
Marion, like the lady's name?
Yes. I not know of another way to spell it.
I like to keep thorough notes. And I will say, please point you on this map.
Do you have a map?
Yes?
If
Yes,
not,
he-
Storm has a very crudely drawn one.
No,
I'm a
a
kind
map.
of to go map.
Actually, no, I don't, because I gave it to Barter.
Kovac was making a map for some time on their way east to the Xel'nari. I imagine they would have continued doing so since.
Oh, I mean, Storm's also been making a map. It's just very crude.
I will mark it for you for now, till you actually reach it.
Splendid.
Well, that's definitely not where it is, but
In the middle of the water.
it is there.
Oh, cool. What?
It's a small town, but you should be able to secure passage by boat.
Excellent. And would the boats there be travelling further west?
Aye.
Excellent. Bedtime!
If there's anything else you
Sorry.
if there's anything else you need, give us a shout, but we'll leave you be for now. I imagine you've got a long journey ahead.
This is correct.
And I know the men could do with some rest. We made haste to arrive. We believed that there would be not much time, but seems things have sorted themselves out.
I was not confident of my ability to render aids, so it was good that you came just in case.
Fair enough. And that he salutes you and then turns and moves back over to his men, who have already started setting up some bedrolls on the floor off to the side.
Okay.
You do notice that despite their words, they are still camping separated from the demo soldiers and keeping their distance and eye on them. They do not seem to be 100% confident in your trust in them.
I was expecting that. I go, well,
I feel like
what an eventful walk I just had. Good night.
Sam is cringing in their mind right now at Storm just giving away their money.
Dev's just like, perhaps
More lessons
shouldn't be
needed.
allowed her.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't be allowed her finances.
It was a good thing to do that just because, you know, they need money to travel.
Storm
They have no
doesn't
horses.
really feel a connection to coin.
You awake the next morning finding that the Namaran soldiers are already up and starting to get themselves packed away and ready to go. There is a little bit of a kerfuffle over to the side with Akari and Asami. And as you look over, you can see that she has finally actually come out of her slumber. She seems to be groggy, but awake. You approach it all.
You said there was like a fuss going on between.
It was, yeah. So it was more of just movement happening over there, and Asami kind of hastily moving over and whispering. It was enough to draw your attention.
Storm
I assume that.
eavesdropping as always.
Yeah. I assume Storm would be paying attention. And I probably would go over, like, a few minutes after Storm.
Roll me a perception, please, Miss Eavesdropper.
19.
You start hearing the conversation pretty much from the get-go.
One of these days I'll
of-
roll over 10 and the roll will be amazing. Okay, proceed.
And it's Asami, where? And as she's looking around, she goes, sorry, Master. What has happened? And she just kind of like almost cooing slightly, is like patting Akari's hair, and it's okay. We're here among friends. We can speak plainly here. And she kind of sighs a little bit, and she goes, What has happened? Where are we? Who are these people? Sami just kind of sighs for a moment and goes, all in good time, but for now, you must rest. All you need to know is, these people are Xel'nari, and they have helped us. And these people, and she gestures over to the guards, are Namaran. We will be staying with them for some time to recuperate you. I'll explain more when you have recovered a bit more. At this, Akari's eyes suddenly dart over to Storm and goes, that one's listening.
Storm probably has a shit-eating grin on her face. Because she would have heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And she just waves.
Simon looks over and goes, Storm, it's okay, you can approach.
With the invitation, she'll come over. Are you feeling better?
Akari kind of looks at you very wide-eyed. I do not mean to be rude, and What are you? I've never seen anything like you before.
She puts her hand in the air. I am a cat. At least, I cannot find the word in common for what I am.
She looks at Asami and goes, Did I hit my head very hard? Last I knew, cats did not talk and walk on two legs.
Storm sidles up to her, rubs her face against, is it Asami? Asami's face?
Sorry, Akari.
Akari. Rubs her cheek against her cheek. Goes, no, I'm very real.
She kind of very awkwardly kind of stretches your ear and then like pulls her hand away. It's like very confused and unsure how to approach the situation.
Her tail just flops around.
So you are the ones who helped us, though I'm not sure what from.
We are
I'm
not
sorry,
sure
I
either.
do not recall much of what's happened over the, well, however much time it's been.
Okay. It's okay. Your job is to recover. You have been very sick. You don't have to think. You don't have to worry. You just have to rest. Can you do that?
Doing nothing. Yeah, I can do that. What happened? I know Asami wishes to spare me the details, but she has always been protective, and I need to know.
It seems that there were creatures that caused a curse and poison to settle upon the people once bitten. You were afflicted, but are no more.
Happened to everyone else?
We do not
she says,
know.
looking around. And where are we?
Oh, well, we are down a mountain in a forest, a little bit more north
east of where we were before, kind of in the middle of places, but on our way to Antioch. I think I got that right.
I have no idea of that location, but it sounds nice. Anywhere away from that place sounds nice.
Although I am suddenly coming to the realization that you should all probably change your attire and your appearance to be less demu and a little bit more Namara. Maybe you can talk to the guards about this.
Army looks over and goes, "That is very wise. I will see about acquiring something when we get into town."
It is probably best not to cause hostility immediately upon people seeing you. You know?
Akari kind of puts a hand upon yours and goes, "Thank you for everything, for helping. I'm not sure how or what, but if you have Asami's trust, then you have mine."
He's okay. I am more than happy to help. I'm not
Perhaps
very
when,
useful for many things, except apparently. Never mind.
Perhaps when I'm more recovered, I'd like to hear the whole story of what has happened.
Sure. I'm not very good at telling stories, but I can try. If you... Oh, see that one? The tall green one over there? His name is Mug. He's really good at telling stories. I don't know why he's called that
At
either.
this, she kind of takes you in all for the first time and goes, "Huh,
And Storm start
not a
pointing them
human
out.
among you."
And that one is Korvik, and that one... Oh. Well, that sound is Thelai. He is not human, no. He is Goliath. And it's probably best you didn't see before. He dropped his pants. I don't think it was on
She
purpose.
attempts to laugh but starts coughing, and perhaps more rest is in order.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Just to quickly interject as part of that encounter, I imagine Kovac was like standing above her partially disassembled tent, just watching it as it packs itself away, and then she looks over to Akari, like actually stroking Storm behind the ear, and Kovac wonders, during the 3+ years that any of us have known her, did any of us ever attempt to physically treat Storm like a cat in that way?
I think only
'Cause-
Barda ever has. I don't know if you guys have.
I think
Because-
the only person in your group who would ever have done that or tried it may have been Sam, and I don't think Sam would have either.
Because in that moment of seeing that, Kovac would just have like gone slack-jawed, walked over to the line mirror like,
And Storm is behaving like very much like a cat in this moment. She is loving the scratches behind her ear. She's like, her tail is swishing really happily. Not like the flickers that you're not used to seeing, but like the really happy like sway and the gentle. And she's like really relaxed, and you can hear that she's purring.
Kovac is speechless. It's just like, oh my god. So, if you like began pointing people out, as soon as your gaze met Kovac's, she would have been like, back to
Yeah, the only person I think that's ever tried to, or has affectionately treated Storm like a cat would have been Barda, because Barda is her pseudo mother.
I imagine one of the twins may have attempted it at some point and earned themselves a slash or two for doing so. Or a bite, yes.
Definitely a bite. Or a punch and went flying. because.
That was their first kill.
Are they gnomes? They're halflings, I thought.
They're half.
Okay.
No, they're elves.
Oh, they're elves. That's fine.
Yeah.
Not gnomes. It's
No,
fine.
you
They're
were
safe.
fined 500 gold for the diamond to raise him from the dead.
Oh god.
That's why I'm still
Still
in
paying
debt.
off the debt.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
It's fine. You can't pay back debt if you have no money.
The guards assist Akari onto a stretcher and load her into their cart. And Asami climbs in afterwards. And then, just as she's about to step inside fully, she turns back to you all and goes, I guess for now this is goodbye. I do hope we cross paths again soon.
It's okay. We will come and find you at some point, I'm sure.
Mug quickly gets a piece of paper and starts using his finger to write out some writing. And he folds it up and hands it to Asami. Yeah. Read this when you have a chance. And it's a little haiku-ish thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I put it in the... Actually, that's the wrong chat. And the formatting's gone. I put it in the Twitch chat.
Yep.
But yeah, just a little bit of advice.
Aww.
I think that's fantastic.
That's really wholesome.
For those on YouTube, they can't actually see it.
Oh, they can't see it?
No. Because it's on Twitch, so if you want to read it out.
I can do that. Beasts of mountain cold. Danger, death, and loss surround. Leap of faith required. Stanza 2. Future paths unclear. Stay true to resolute self. Fate cannot be forced. The empire can change. Let the heart of people sing, soaring to the clouds.
I like it. Well done.
It's 3 haikus.
Yeah. That's actually why I was looking a little bit distracted while Storm was talking, because I was just typing it up then.
Well, that's okay. Storm doesn't get too many chances to have conversations with people uninterrupted, so it's kind of nice.
They finally pack themselves up, and a number of the demo guards, unfortunately, Thalai is just gone to the bathroom, but a number of the demo guards actually go over and give him a firm handshake. And you can tell just by the way they are acting, they have a level of respect and kind of awe about how he acted, dragging the cart and even going down in order to protect them. So it is definitely with respect that they leave him, whereas previously they saw him as a lesser creature. It's a shame that he's not here to hear that.
Come on, come back!
Maybe come back.
You can blame it all on P.
God damn it, Rory. Don't change. You're amazing. I love you so much.
Oh god.
I am not familiar with that song, and my mind went to weird places.
Alright. So yes, they pack themselves away and get ready to move off. If there's anything else that needs to be said, please do so. Otherwise, they will leave you to your own devices.
I'm good.
I think that's everything.
When Akari is packing up to go away, Kovac would approach and flex a little bit of her linguistic muscles. She doesn't get as much of a chance to do this as she would like. But in Elvish, she will say to Akari, "You have good taste in company."
She looks at you slightly confused for a moment, and then, oh, I grew up away from my homeland. I do not know the language. I wish to learn it, though. It sounds beautiful.
If anything, this makes Kovac genuinely upset. Just from my own recollection, do I recall whether or not just roughly how much would like a beginner's guide to Elven cost in Antioch?
At most, 1 or 2 silver.
Okay, I'm going to pull out a sheet of paper and write on it just in common the street address of
Of your good and loyal friend.
yes, of my good and loyal friend at the Wild Quill. It'll just be a quick note to. So it'll be a quick note to Tia saying, "Please help this poor girl learn her language. Find her a book at the market," and then a second note to Akari containing her address, and give her the issue and say, "Give this to the well-dressed purple tiefling who is in charge of that establishment, please." And I will have it included inside the like folded up piece of paper, 2 silver.
Thank you. I will seek them out. You missed it, Thalai, but the demo guards each came up to Thalai one by one, personally thanking him and showing a sign of respect at his strength and fortitude.
Oh. Thalai just looks bashful, embarrassed accepting that. One thing he would like to do, though, before... because I don't know how much I missed that. Are we separating from the demo? Because Thalai packed the refurbished demo longsword he had found.
Mm-hmm.
And he would like to approach, is it Akari? The head of it?
Asami.
Asami, sorry, yep. And he just goes, I found this a while back while adventuring and dealing with a problem, but I think it has more right to be in your hands than mine. And he's going to give her, or offer out, the Demon Longsword to her.
She takes it into her hand and looks it over. Where did you acquire this?
When we were dealing with some what turned out to be a dragon harassing the livestock, the town, they were encamped in apparently was an old fort of the ancient Demo Empire. I found this amongst the ruins, refurbished it, and on a whim decided to bring it along on this quest. It feels right to hand it over to you rather than keeping it for myself.
Yes, this sigil is of the old royal family. It is ancient. I'm surprised anything from that era is still alive. Godfrey has done a lot to remove it. This is an artifact. It A simple blade, but priceless to our people, at least.
Well, in that case, then I'm more than happy to turn it to your.
This means a lot to me, thank you. This is yet another thing that you have done to... thank you.
Oh.
I'm more a hammer person myself, so I fear the sword would not get much use with me. Better for it to go somewhere where it will find use.
Not so much use. I believe behind a glass cabinet is probably really where this is going.
Well, then I'm definitely happy I did not keep it, for it would not have remained unused.
Gives me ideas, but thank you.
Alright, I will remove that in my inventory.
Oh, that was the first cool thing that you found.
It was, but it didn't belong to him. Remember, he did take it from the tomb.
This does seem fair, yeah.
Yeah, and also, especially if it's got something of the ancient royal family, that could be much more useful to her, especially in her claims and her plans.
Quite possibly, yes.
And if she is traveling in that direction, perhaps a short sabbatical to those ruins would be educational for her.
No, I don't know. I mean, it was covered over by the kobolds and such. I don't know how much remains. And don't forget as well, there were those undead behind that.
Right.
We did report that in, if I remember correctly.
Indeed we did.
And you were told that a detachment would be sent at the next available opportunity to clear the rest of it out.
Yeah.
Perhaps there is more evidence of the ancient demo behind those doors.
Perhaps, but that is her choice to make, not ours.
Of course.
Alright. Now you're making your way.
On the road again. Ba-da-da-da.
Korvik, I know you've been having discussion with Sam and such, but what are we doing? I would have assumed we were going to be escorting them back.
I do apologize for some of the secrecy, but Sam has been very heavily emotionally impacted by the events that we have seen. Ash, do I recall the name of the city that we're aiming for over here? The big splodge?
No, you were never told the name of the city.
Damn. Okay, what about the name of this kingdom?
You do not know who owns it.
What? They were
fail that class.
They were the southern neighbors of Bolivia. How could I not know that? I'm so smart.
You spent all of your time in Tanzanite. You very rarely left Tanzanite to travel at all, and you were from the very northern reaches of Barovia.
That's fair.
As someone who hailed from these ranges, would I know something comes to due to potential conflict over border disputes and such?
You would know that it is under Kalashtan control.
Oh.
But they are very isolationist.
That's what the Kalashtar are.
We had envoys of the Kalashtar come visit us, yeah.
You did indeed.
Wait, we're heading to the Kalashtar Kingdom?
I'm like pointing to this area on the map on here, and there's this moment of like processing. Yes, we are.
Would they let us in?
I don't see why not.
They are extremely isolationist. Last we knew, only just had treaties and visitations to the Xel'nari just began mere months before. Would they allow entry to Xel'nari?
if we are,
Are they open to foreigners? Because I know they definitely did want us roaming down from anywhere near their territory. Though they kept to themselves and never went to the so too much of a hassle.
this is regrettably something that we will have to try, regardless of the obstacles we face, both physically, geographically, and culturally.
You would know that Thalai, you would know that there has been some trade amongst your people and the Clashtons, but it has always been an uneasy trade. It's never felt like it's a welcoming trade amongst friends or business partners or anything like that. It is simply a out of necessity.
Okay.
The reason why the Xel'nari know very little is because they completely isolated themselves from the Xel'nari. And so they have got very little information on the territory.
So, are the Kalashtar isolated from just the Xel'nari, or from everybody?
They're not necessarily, they're not xenophobic or anything, but they keep to themselves. There may be trade along their borders out of necessity, but strictly out of necessity. They would not do so just for whim or pleasure or anything like that. It would be strictly for needed resources that they could not obtain within their territory.
Okay.
So we think that Sam's sister is in that city there.
Yes. And
That must be a trading city then, because otherwise I doubt she'd be able to get too far.
precisely. And if the Demu bounty hunters were able to pursue them there, then surely access is possible. And not all foreigners are seen as other to be repelled if they're able to act.
Well, the only time we ever interacted with them was for trade. They were never happy about it, though. They just did it because they needed to.
We have very charismatic individual traveling with us. Mug, have you ever been to this region before?
Mug travel more north.
Mug would have spent time going through Barovia and through the northern parts of Namara.
Heard any good stories about them, at least?
Oh, many stories. You want the one of drunken barmaid?
Perhaps something a touch more relevant.
Stories good for entertainment. Best way to find out about place? Go place.
Then let's. If we travel to Marion, we can board a trade ship and hopefully make our way to that city. It contains a statue of the Wild Mother. Was it not? Yes. Statue of the Wild Mother. That shall be the start of our investigation.
Alright.
So they gave us 2 horses, and we've got our covered cart.
Yeah, you have your covered cart. It still does need some repair, but it is at least capable of travel. You just probably wouldn't go in a high-speed chase with it.
Oh yeah, Ash, I am assuming that I did manage to get a full sleep.
You
And
did indeed
I'm
get
no
full
longer
sleep.
exhausted. I just wanted to
Yes.
confirm that.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
long rest button.
I forgot about that.
Long
Do
rest.
we all get to
Well,
press it?
I was gonna say, how do you guys think I got that dirty 1? It was a 2 and a 10 on that
see,
persuasion test.
I thought you just had Alice luck.
Oof.
I mean, yeah, that too, because it was disadvantage, but
Wow.
Just switch Firebolt back out for Ray of Frost because I like my flavor. And I'll keep mending.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the reputation.
Yeah, this works. So travel montage.
Travel montage.
Storm
Alright.
is still contacting Barda every night. Waiting for a response.
I need to make a roll then. So you will be spending some time on the road. You will spend some time heading through some small farming villages. Nothing of any large size. There would be some tanners and blacksmiths present there that could potentially do the repairs on your cart, but nothing with markets or anything for proper trade.
Hopefully, we can pick up some food for the journey though, because we are.
Yeah,
Indeed.
you would
I was
definitely be
gonna
able
say,
to...
I have 25 days worth of rations. I prepared 50 pounds worth of rations, I should say, rather.
All Mug and Dog's food was thrown off the wagon.
That was all booze.
Storm lives off the land.
Yes,
but,
your point is.
Storm lives off the land, so that's what she's been doing, but she's been going through her rations as we need them.
Yeah, I need more rations, but I'm so low on money.
You can just ask Storm. She can loan you some.
And I would help Storm with foraging food and that as well.
Yeah.
Kovac, do you want to get in more debt to Mug?
No, I don't need that to anybody, but I'm a wizard and I'm poor.
Well, you still owe Mug for your dress.
And the spell book.
And yeah. It's noted down.
I don't have to note it. I remember.
Mm.
I don't like that I had to do that.
Repairs for the cart will cost 5 silver, so not a great deal.
Okay.
But it will also take half a day of your time for doing it. It's about almost 2 weeks into your journey, which will be a 3-week journey total if you are heading to the port of Marion. That you get a reply, finally, Storm. What is it that you send to her this particular night?
Depends where we're at.
You're about a week out from Marion.
I feel like at this point she's probably... She's been slowly through the nights giving Barda and more information about what's been going on, but if there's nothing that is exciting that's happening, she's not going to be all like, oh, we're just wandering through the forest again. She'll be like,
Still not very exciting. But, you know, we save Emara. She is good. Oh, I forgot to count. But... They are heading to Antioch, and
that's probably where it cuts off.
You get a response. Sorry for lack of response. Things have gotten complicated. If you're in Namara, be wary. Wilmont assassinated. Risk of war.
Wait, who was assassinated?
Wilmont is the king of Namara.
Oh. Oh god.
When Storm gets this, she's like,
Wilmont. Hey, everybody! Do we know someone by name of Wilmont?
You would definitely know of King Wilmont, definitely.
She doesn't say King Wilmont, she just says Wilmont.
Some person in Namara?
Isn't that the king?
Yes, the king's name is Wilmont. Yes.
Yeah, duh,
Yes.
king's name.
But is it that? Is it that person or someone else?
I guess we will find out. He has been assassinated, apparently.
The last part of the message, sorry, was believed demo.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh no. Well, turns out he may be assassinated.
Fascinated.
Assassinated.
Yo, get my sass!
Snarky remark.
Oh,
So a bard did it.
A bard did. I was about to say.
It wasn't me.
Likely story. Sounds like something a bard would say.
Uh-huh.
Well, there was a bard you knew going that direction.
Mm-hmm. And then she hesitates and goes,
By suspect Demu.
Why whispering?
I don't know. Maybe we should warn people?
We are on a road in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around. Just speak normally.
And then you just hear, "Oh fuck, the king's dead!" I just runs off.
as this, Storm's gonna actually make a really paranoid look around.
And just like a random apple merchant passing by who overhears the conversation or something.
22.
Sorry, what was that for?
Perception to like see if there's actually anyone around because she's paranoid.
No. You're on the open road at the moment. There's no one around.
Cool. But she still does a paranoid look around.
So, do we need to do anything about this king that's been killed?
Oh, no. Bardos says to be careful.
But what about the demo?
I will be careful not to
Party.
ever become king.
What about the demo party that's currently traveling to Namara lands?
That is what I'm more worried about because I did tell Bardar about this.
You imagine at 2 weeks' travel, they may have just reached Antioch. But you don't know when the assassination actually happened.
Mug, could you please inform the captain maybe? Or the person that is escorting them?
How about informing Asami?
Okay. That is fine. I
Yeah.
don't know. You can make decision.
I believe Asami may be about to attract a great deal of ire, should word have spread to Antioch.
So, yeah, I'll do a sending to Asami. Saying, this is Mug. Received word that people believe Demu killed Maran King. You need to be careful. Hope the travel has been going well.
Alright. You received no response.
Can I tell if the spell was successful?
No, you just kind of send it off into the ether. The only way you can tell
So,
if it's
if a
successful
spell
is
doesn't have a target, does it cast?
Yes, still cast. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did she say anything?
No reply.
I asked if Akari could stop in at the Wild Quill. It might also be worth sending to Tyr on my behalf if you could, just to.
Would 2 weeks have been enough time to get all the way to Actually, no, that was in Antioch, wasn't it? Not in the,
Yes.
2 weeks
yeah,
was enough to get to Antioch.
I'll do a sending.
Send her my regards.
Okay, so another sending. This is Mug. Kovek misses you terribly. She is distraught. Did her friend arrive safely? Friend would have had letter.
You do get a response. How is my Kovac doing? I hope well.
Hey,
Please.
also, you don't get to hear this. You get to hear what Mug translates.
Please send her my love. Things are well here. Met friends have been arrested. That is the full response you get.
Mug's going to feign embarrassment and go, Kovek?
Yes?
Things were said I shouldn't repeat. You will have an interesting night when you get back.
Inside check?
Deception
I don't
check.
even know what some of those terms mean.
It sounds better in the original Infernal.
Something about a flying squirrel? I'm not sure.
Natural 20 for 25 inside.
Deceit is just below that. I think a 22. Yes, 22 deceit.
But everyone else believes you.
Yeah, I
Going to use a DM reroll.
In what way, Ash?
To make Kovac reroll.
Oh, you dick!
hey,
Fine.
for good story.
Fine.
They are
Someone's
story
getting thrown
rerolls.
out an airlock in Stars Without Numbers.
14.
Killing her.
14.
I just want to see Kovac squirm.
She turns
Purple?
Purple?
She turns purple.
Violet, you're turning violet.
So, let that sort of sit for a moment and then just give Kovac a bit of a sly wink and go, just sends her regards. Oh, and your friends with the letter have been arrested.
Hey,
A sub thought.
Yes.
Kovac's like fanning herself a bit, just trying to regain some composure and think. Oh bother.
I can send one more sending today.
Yes. Don't bother talking to the guard captain. I doubt that would be effective. I think reaching out
He's
to.
a great chap.
Yes,
Maybe
but-
it's wise to send message to Xel'nari to send help.
My thoughts exactly. It would take them some time to dispatch an envoy, but I feel that would be slightly more effective than trying to very succinctly plead our case with the guard captain, who is grateful to us, but probably wouldn't hold as much sway as, say, the Xel'nari Grandmaster.
They don't like slavers there, remember?
So, taking Kovac's advice on board, Mug completely ignores it and does a sending to the guard captain.
Oh god.
Okay.
Tomorrow, he can do another sending to
Okay.
contact the Xel'nari, and this one's a little bit more useful at this point. That's
Fair enough.
This is actually no. What time of day is it? It's not
This is
too
about
late
midday.
or too early. Oh,
Actually,
okay,
when would Storm normally send her message? It was at night, wasn't it? Actually,
The end of the day, or if they're in the middle of the day while they're traveling, if she gets bored. So this one would have probably been while they were traveling on the road.
yeah. So about midday.
Send a message saying, "This is Mug. I helped with those slavers. I heard there were some demu that got arrested. What were they charged with? Please respond."
You do get a response. Charged with assassination. How do you know? Xel'nari, of course you know. I take it you have extra motives or investment in this?
They were charged with assassination, which means we might be part of their alibi.
Smashing. And they have a writ from me granting them passage through Xel'nari territory on their person.
So it may be that the Namarans have asked for Antioch to do that on their behalf, to then send them to be tried in Namaran lands. And then the demo will be loving the idea of a patsy that they wanted removed anyway.
Yes. Is there anything we could do about this? From all the way over here. Do we know anybody? Can we call upon anybody for aid? Most of the associates we've made were in a fighting pit. I wouldn't call them friends either.
Perhaps we need to make friends with the new Namaran king. Surely that can't be that hard.
Can I roll history to see who, if I recall, who the next in line for the throne of Namara would be?
You don't need to roll. There are 3 brothers and 2 sisters who all are potentially up for the throne.
Oh.
Destabilized by civil war.
Can I just say I love as I'm shading and this just like I love how like flat everything looks except the bits that I've colored. Just seeing how they pop.
Currently looks
and
like,
the metal effect works really well on that mug.
Yeah.
I'm liking the fact that what most is popping at the moment is Mug's chest. Just
Oh, yeah. Well,
What was the king's name again?
Can I have a little anime sparkle on the tusk?
Yes, you can.
King Wilmont.
Wilmot.
His title is Lord of the Seventh Star.
Very extra of him.
Oh wow, that's really good, like blending on the clothes in that atlas.
Pardon?
The clothes being coloured in, like how you've done it, they look really good.
Thank you.
Okay.
The Namaran royal family will be in obvious disarray for some time as they assign their successor and attempt to resolve the assassination attempt. Should should Asami leave Antioch, our window of opportunity for influence will thoroughly close.
Hmm.
If they've been arrested, I would expect that they're being held and questioned while transport can be arranged to the capital of Namara, where they will more than likely stand trial for regicide. This is an unacceptable inconvenience to their plans.
We need to make sure that they are okay. We promised to help them. We can't just let them go.
We are in an interesting circumstance. Should we need to, we could potentially detour from our present plan, make a beeline for the Namaran capital and attempt to intercept them and try and
Mug, can you just roll me a d20, please?
speak on their behalf.
You're not coming through.
I know this is probably not the direction that the game's going to go, but I love the idea of the TV show where Storm and Thalai are the private eye duo that goes around to investigate. Kovac is the
Lawyer.
the lawyer, and Mug's just the absolute performer in the courtroom.
Can I get you to please roll me a d20, Mug?
Mug, yep.
No, it's
Well,
Natural 20.
wow.
Whether that's
20?
good or bad.
No. You get a message, or a sending, I should say,
Yay.
from Captain Reese. This is a few hours later
Mm-hmm.
after your original message to him. Unfortunately, I must inform the captives escaped. I consider debt repaid. I hope I've done the right thing.
Mug goes and has some lunch.
How's it over responding?
You can respond!
You respond to this message, damn it!
No, he'll respond. Message much appreciated. The world is a better place with them able to act. You have done the right thing. And if anyone was next to Mug when he replied, they wouldn't have heard the initial message.
I feel like
Kovac, you owe that guard captain an apology.
at this point, Kovac has her map on the table and has one of those sections out, and she's measuring distances, figuring out if we could veer our course off to the capital to try and save them. And she goes, "What?
You owe the captain an apology.
Why?"
It seems there was a tragic mistake with some of the guards, and the prisoners were misplaced somewhere. They may not have been properly secured, and they are now free.
I see. What an unfortunate accident.
So the good news is they aren't in immediate danger. The bad news being they are in incredible danger.
When the morning rolls around, could you send to... You met Tia's sister, didn't you?
Briefly. Oh, yeah, the punchy one, yes.
Yes, perhaps send to her and to the most high-ranking individual you recall meeting from the Xel'nari, aside from Bardo.
Okay.
So that aid can hopefully intercept. And if you send to the punchy one, perhaps if they have escaped but are still inside Antioch, aid can be provided within the walls.
Do you want me not to speak to Tia for some reason?
I am compartmentalizing. I believe it would be more efficient if you contact the person more able to help directly. Her sister has more connections to the kinds of personalities we would hope to engage with for this task. And for no other reason, Mug.
I don't even know whether she'd... Okay, now we can go with that. Yep. So this is... Actually, no, this is if this is the same day, I can't do that until the following morning.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yep.
Just fine.
I'll wait to see if there's any other shenanigans.
If you're continuing to travel towards Marion, then we can just go to the next day.
Yep.
Ash.
Mhm.
Not a really biggie, but did we stop and get those carts repaired through those villages and that?
Yeah, you would have been able to do so.
Okay.
Yep.
While
the cart, not carts. No,
yes,
sorry.
cart. Yeah, my apologies.
You don't get the alcohol wagon anymore.
Sog is most displeased.
Wherever there was a blacksmith, Thalai would just have a quick perusal to see if there were any available ingots for sale.
These are small towns. The best they would have on hand is pig iron to do horseshoes and farm tools.
All good. All good. All good.
If you wanted, you could buy scrap or iron from them, but there wouldn't be any rare metals or anything like that.
Thalai actually might buy a couple of ingots of iron, actually, just for alloy purposes and that. How much would that send him back?
10 silver per an ingot.
He'll actually get 5.
Damn.
What's that? The fighter doesn't spend his money because he can make his own equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whereas the bard likes wearing good equipment.
Oh.
No.
There's the sass attack.
Yep.
Assassination.
Assassination.
So would this be pig iron or just iron?
Iron.
Iron,
Yeah.
After seeing some of the most recent episodes of Critical Role, the mental image of Thalai having a portable hole that just contains a forge is like, what?
No, he's just got.
Expect it will happen at some point.
He's got. Well, he's got the portable what they're called, smith's tools. It's not a full forge, but he can do some stuff at least.
Indeed.
Hydrate. Thanks, Cano.
Hydrate. Buy or buy?
Hydrate. I am
so
out
the
of
next
liquids, so I'll have to grab some.
the next morning Mug will try morning Mug will try some more sendings.
Who are you sending to first?
The sister of Tia.
Cardia?
Yeah. Cardia, yeah. And start with me is Mug, friend of Thalai. Need help. Demu friends in town on run from guard. Help them get to Xel'nari. Also, Kovek not want me to speak to your sister.
Stop stirring the pot!
You get a response. Oh, I remember you. Big muscle one. Hey, I've had some fun. Suppose I can help. We'll sort it.
Okay. The next sending to Asami.
Mhm.
Going, this is Mug. Hope you are free and safe now. Make your way back to the bookstore and they can help. We'll do what we can.
You get a response this time.
Mhm.
Seems we are in your debt yet again. Escorted out of city. Close to border now. We'll continue.
Okay. And who is the highest ranking Xel'nari official that I met? There was someone that I was in some meeting and debriefing and negotiations with when I asked to become a diplomat, and they said that that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. You didn't really get his name or anything. You could potentially still send a sending to him. But I mean.
Well, I'll describe that person to the rest of the group, and they should know the name, which might help locate for the sending.
Yeah, you could definitely send to him. He's probably not the highest ranking member, but probably the highest that you know of, at least.
Yeah. The highest that I'd be familiar enough with.
Yeah. This would be an interesting awakening for him.
So, yeah. Get any relevant details of who that is.
Who is this person being sent to?
Is it one of the exemplars, or...?
No, he wasn't one of the exemplars, no. See, got it.
Even the DM has to look up names occasionally.
Of course.
Google search, random name generator.
For generic Muku I created a while ago, it's... Oh, where is he? Maybe I didn't. Maybe he was that unimportant that I didn't give him a name. We'll go with Samuel.
Samuel.
Another Samuel, okay.
There's allowed to be more than one Samuel in this game.
Give lots of Samuels.
Yeah.
But yes, so, what is your message?
Okay. Or... Should I stir more trouble or not? That's the eternal question.
What would Mug do?
Yes.
Don't ask what Thog and Storm would do, because it's definitely going to be yes.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
If someone wants to start counting. Message from Thalai's expedition.
Thalai's expedition.
Rescued Demu Noble. She has been accused of regicide. Needs the protection of Xel'nari. Very important this is done. Please respond now.
The now got cut off.
Yeah, please respond. You get a response. What the blazes? Who said you could contact me?
Apparently, it's a lie.
Mug is the very definition of a double-edged sword.
We'll dispatch immediately. Where to?
Another... Actually, that was my last...
That was your last
sending
time.
of the day.
Oh no!
No!
We have the sending stone, so...
That goes
Storm.
to Barna, who isn't
Can you-
at HQ.
Is
Huh?
it she?
She might be able
No.
to do ascending.
You have no idea
You don't
where
know.
she is currently.
You don't know where she is.
Okay.
But
I'm
we don't know
assuming
she's
that...
not
yeah.
at HQ.
But she may have a way of contacting them.
Yeah.
Storm, can you contact Barda and see if she can inform this guy of Asami's location?
Oh, okay.
And we're assuming that Asami was let out of the city towards Xel'nari lands, aren't we?
She said
So
she was
north
close
of
to the
Antioch.
border, yeah.
Yeah.
And that she
And
would
not
be
like
continuing on
dumped
into
back in
Xel'nari.
Demu lands.
So she's at north of Antioch.
That's what we're assuming.
Okay.
Near the border of the Xel'nari.
Okay. I can do this. All right. Hi, Barda. It's Storm.
Please contact Xel'nari headquarters.
Need help. Tell Samuel demo friends are north of Antioch, laying low because wanted but free. Important they get to Xel'nari. Ah! I did
Just
it!
saying the didn't come through.
No.
You get a response. It's short and quick. It's just, we'll relay message. Stay safe. Keep your head low.
Barda is out of the office for the moment. For all inquiries, please contact.
Barda says to lay low and be careful. I don't think it is safe for us in Namara at the moment, so we should be very to ourselves. Yeah? Yeah.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Snap's finger turns into a muscle-bound elf.
Oh my.
Alright.
This muscle-bound elf bears a striking resemblance to a character from Kovek's smutty elven book she's been carrying around, and she averts her gaze.
Oh dear.
My.
Just out of curiosity, Mug's going to use his detect thoughts psychic power to see what Kovek is thinking and then immediately shut it off.
she is
Probably
probably
it's like a part of a paragraph from the book or something, or
Mhm.
a scene.
I like the first half of a paragraph is like Leovtel firmly grasps her trembling bosom or something, and you're like, oh.
See,
Oh my god.
I don't know that you've been reading a book. Mug assumes
No.
you're writing a book.
Hi, Fitz.
Oh god.
Moving on.
Is there anything else you wanted to do before heading into Marion?
What the entire time this montage has been going on, once per day, I'm expending one use of my new spell to work towards my project that I have described previously.
Mhm.
About halfway through, I look at my progress and how much I have ahead, and I think about whether or not I should double my efforts, like basically using an additional spell slot per day, because I'm doing it conservatively just in case dangers find us on the roads.
The travel through Namara has been peaceful. You've actually come across few people on the road. What few you have come across have been merchants or farmers traveling back and forth between towns. This part of the territory is quite peaceful and is mostly dotted with farmland.
Okay. So, halfway through the journey, how much progress have I made on the first part of my
You
task?
would be on the brink of completion.
Oh, okay. Then I will carry on with my work as is, and then I'll start researching what I need to do to bring it back together. Just going through notes and pondering arcane formulae.
The night before we reach Miriam, Talai will bring out his small keg of spice mead that he kept not in the wagon, not in the cart.
The good stuff.
No, the good stuff is Igor special.
Yeah.
But there's not enough to share around of that. But he does have the small keg of spice mead, and he'll bring it out and he'll offer a cup for everyone. Just as it's been a long journey, and we don't have any other alcohol. Some people made sacrifices of their alcohol.
Storm
So let's have a
politely
have a drink.
declines.
Oh, well, more for me.
Kovic will politely accept.
You know that Storm doesn't drink, so.
Yeah.
Your offer was a token gesture anyway, because you know she doesn't drink.
Pretty much. But yeah, he'll offer around for anyone to drink. Including...
Okay.
Mug definitely
Sam's.
partakes.
As does Thog.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
Sam?
you can have my share.
I imagine Sam probably wouldn't, actually. Then again, with
No.
everything that's happening, maybe Sam would.
No, from my understanding of Oddie's thought process of Sam, they would not.
Okay. Well, he can always tell us later.
Have a glass of milk.
It's Schrodinger's tankard.
Yeah, so Thalai having a drink, Kovac having a drink, Thog and Mug having a drink. I don't know how much would be left in the small keg.
There's still probably enough for everyone to have a drink again.
Okay.
It's a traveller keg.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Mug will propose a toast. To those that are here, to those that aren't, to those we meet on the journey, let they not be forgotten, or your paths will cross eventually. He holds it up and takes a drink.
Cheers.
Hide the brand name? Yep.
Don't worry, Kovac. This is just a spice mead, so it's pretty light.
That's the whole bottle.
Kovac takes a drink and goes, interesting. Nice flavor. I am not feeling nearly as affected by this as previous.
Mead is a light drink, but once it's spiced, it's good for keeping warm. Really good up in the mountains. That was the original plan, but well, that
Interesting.
obviously didn't happen.
Thank you. I'm given to understand that a shared drink is good for camaraderie.
We gotta hydrate.
No, I just...
My guard captain was quite insistent upon that.
Yes, he would have been actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can have some proper drinking when we get to the town.
Indeed.
A night off before we go into the ship.
Alright. I assume you approach the town in the morning then.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Just to give us a full day of trade and schmoozing and trying to find a ship.
So, Ash, I'm gonna message you something.
Okay. I'm gonna say something while you message me something then.
Some reason I automatically assume that Storm is stealing something from someone. I'm not sure why, but
Should I just say it out loud? Should I just...
I mean, you can.
Okay, Ash, over the course of our travels, she has
Yep.
been looking for the opportune moment where Kovac is apart from her bag of holding and is going to try to steal back her firework rocket.
Mm.
Roll me a stealth. This will be against Kovac's passive perception because Kovac has definitely been occupied elsewhere.
She will enlist Thog as backup.
I will say, I'm storing the pieces that I'm working on in that same bag. I'm
Oh,
pulling
like-
out a piece, working on it,
Yeah.
putting a piece away. So I'm distracted, but it's by my side
Yes, Romney, you can.
frequently.
She
but also
is...
you would have been discussing like vastly important international politics for several hours on end.
Also,
That's true.
there are periods of time where Storm is on watch with Thog and everyone else is asleep.
Alright, Alice, you have a reroll for this as well.
Oh, I love you, Rummy. Okay. Well, that is a
To be
16
fair, this isn't
plus
shiny. It's
2.
exploding.
It's an 18. Do I try rolling that again?
This is against Kovac's passive perception,
I don't know
which is only a 12.
Yeah.
Do I need a...
I'm far better at investigation than perception.
Okay.
Which, unfortunately, for Kovac's sake, she's got no reason to ever pull this firework out.
No, it's just been sitting in there safe and sound.
Yep.
Storm has been plotting this since you took it. So...
I just want at some point in the future if we go, oh, we really need that firework now, and to reach in there and just
And it's
look
not.
it down and then across at Storm.
Just hand in bosom, just like do.
So, Ash, when does Storm manage to pilfer this?
This would probably be close to you completing your task, your creation. I think you would have been very much engrossed in it. Or actually, no. This would probably be when you first got the news of the assassination and you were too busy dealing with the potential outcomes and ways that you could approach it. So I think that's when you would have left the bag unattended the most.
Yeah, so I had the bag on the desk. I was in the process of pulling out pieces. Then the news came, and I became distracted. And then she could have. Okay. I'm removing a custom item, massive firework from my.
I like that that's your
inventory.
description. My description was storm-sized fireworks rocket.
Oh, thank you, Rodney.
Firework as big as the cat itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's gone.
It's
don't know
as
it.
big as her torso, so that's the reason why it only just fits in the...
Kovac, at least it's not your problem anymore.
Yes.
Well, it is when Storm asks for
Yes.
her firework back, and she can't provide it.
Storm is always going to be my problem.
Barda entrusted you guys with Storm.
And Barda is
But I
upset.
made a mistake.
Barda is upset that I saw fit to entrust Thog to you, but didn't have
Oh.
time to scold me on it.
Yes, absolutely.
Contractually, Mug is your problem,
I
and
know.
yet you've been breaking more laws than he has.
No, I've been good.
Impersonating a head of state.
What they don't know can't hurt us.
And that's why it's the Lies expedition now.
Oh, God.
Ah, I had to impersonate a head of state for the greater good.
The greater
Greater
good. Hey, just remember, the lie also killed those bounty hunters for the greater good.
The greater good.
Actually, one more thing I think would have happened before we arrive in Marion.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
Sounds weird.
right. So, probably kind of at the very end of the evening, when the lie is going to get settled in his tent, Kovac would walk up kind of stoically faced and basically present to him two initially very similar looking sheets of paper and says, Thalai, it's up to you. And then she turns and walks away.
I will look at the sheets of paper.
Both of them begin the same way and detail mission log day 23 when we encountered the bounty hunters in the woods. Both start with the same information of who was where and what was going on. The first is the truth of what happened, that Kovac was able to subdue them with magic, they were captured, and then Thalai killed them while captured. The second is a more generous interpretation of the truth and describes a melee in which Thalai was forced to kill them in self-defense.
He will take the falsehood one and rip it up. And hand back the other.
I see.
And go into his tent.
She sets that down as part of her notes and begins to stitch the sheet into her book of notes she's been gradually compiling for this mission.
So, you reach the outskirts of Marion. The town itself is a bit larger than the ones that you've been past. Not particularly big, but a bit larger. There is a large stone wall that encircles it, and you can see that there's a fairly large harbour with a few tall ships, but mostly sloops at port, and the tall ships are actually out in the harbour rather than at port. Both of the tall ships that are out there look to be armed and used as defensive or naval warships rather than transportation. The sloops themselves, a few of them from where you are, you can see probably designed for war, but mostly for commerce and trade. The walls themselves are not particularly big, probably only about 8 to 9 feet tall, and not that thick either. There's a few towers along the walls where people can be on watch. And this is the first, since leaving the the guards, this is the first time you've seen a proper military presence rather than just like local town militia. But this town actually has a fairly decent military presence here, and you are of course stopped at the gates upon entering. The guards...
But I was going to say, before we go to the gates, you would have worked out whether you're going to be wearing Xel'nari colours or not.
What narrative shall we be going with?
Well, you know that the Namarans have always been welcoming to Xel'nari presence.
Is this an official Xel'nari mission?
It is not a mission that has been given to us by another person in the Xel'nari. However, Barta did always say that we have the right to take our own missions from others. I'd say this is a mission given to us by Sam.
Or we could even say Sam's mother.
Well, they also made it Xel'nari mission when they attempted to kidnap an official of the Order, didn't they?
Indeed, they did.
That's a good point. Then this is an official investigation.
Yes.
In the loosest of terms.
But all we are doing here is seeking transport, so no active in investigations in Marion. Again, sounds so smutty. Ash, why?
What? You're afraid to go inside?
It sounds funny. It's
Of all the people that want to be inside Marion, surely you're the closest.
I'd rather buy Marion a drink first. Let's go.
So are we wearing our Xel'nari?
In the words of Rory, no sex.
But Rory is the only player to actually have had sex on this stream, so...
That's because Mug did stuff.
To be fair, Lockie was the first player on ours to have sex as well, so...
Who'd you have sex with again?
Lucia!
Lucia! Yes!
Actually,
that was fun.
And Imperius was the first to have sex on the old campaign as well. Which he definitely did not instigate.
But yeah, Rory.
Yes.
Mug may have created the circumstance, but Kovac has her own will and could have said no.
No, she couldn't. She's too pretty.
No. Do not take away agency of your actions.
But Tier's so pretty.
Damn it!
Thank you.
That was not for stream publication.
Thank you, Pat Rothfuss.
Herding cats, ladies and gentlemen, herding cats.
We're approaching in uniform. To the gates!
Alright, you're approaching uniform. The guards wave you over. Now, who is on the outside of the cart and who is inside?
Unless someone says otherwise, Storm is, like, sleeping on top of the cart.
And
Thalia has usually been driving the animals during the day, so he'll be, unless anyone else wants to do it, he'll be there.
Yep.
Kovac's inside doing mad stuff.
Mug will stay in the cart and poke his head out as someone else goes up to talk. Because he wants entertainment.
Yeah, the guard will approach Thalia then. Hey. Well met, Xel'nari. What is your purpose in Marion?
We, to take rest and then seek transportation to, where he said, Kovac said what the city was called here.
The Kalishtar lands?
But yeah, do you actually know the name of that city?
No.
I don't! If you're curious, I just poke a hand out of the back and there's a...
Oh, well, no, in that case, if he didn't say
Circle
tell me your
route.
name, it's like, and we seek, transport towards the Kalishtar.
Good luck with that. Hard to secure passage, especially at the moment. trust you know what's happened.
We did hear from HQ, yes. Sorry for what has happened.
Yep. Then you'll have no problem with presenting for inspection.
Of course not. And I'll just poke my head in. They're inspecting the cart.
Hastily look around for anything that these individuals could have issue with.
Believe you have got nothing demo on you.
Good.
Because I gave up that sword.
I'm going to get
Very interesting if you didn't.
Actually, does Kovac have personal belongings in the cart that aren't in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Like books and stuff?
She keeps certain things like in small bags on her person to have them be more readily accessible. She has a hip holster with a pair of wands. Wears her book on a strap across her person, but keeps the larger stuff in the bag of holding.
Yep.
Storm doesn't have anything of relevance, really. She has explosives. Do they get concerned about that?
I would be assuming you're keeping those explosives.
No. The only thing in her bra of holding is fireworks. The explosives are in a metal.
Oh,
are in a metal.
They're in like a wooden.
They're in a metal
Yeah.
box, in a bag.
Okay.
When they say about the inspection, Mug's going to get a couple of Kovac's books on magical theory or whatever fancy sounding books out of the pockets. Hand one to Thog and open the other one there and just start very interesting theory, isn't it? Professor Thog.
Correct just turns to her side, sees two books pulled from her bag, and you two idiots pretending to discuss arcane theorem and just goes.
Great.
So unless someone tells Storm
I'm
to do
sorry,
something,
I rolled a 4 for Thog. He is reading the book upside down.
So unless
He has admitted he is illiterate, by the way.
Yeah. I'll quickly reach out and turn the book over.
so unless someone has told Storm otherwise, and is directly directed to do anything, she is curled up asleep on top of the cart, ignoring everything
You were
until
told
someone
to present for inspection.
until someone disturbs her. She is just sleeping on the cart.
Well, Talai did call out that they're
Yeah. No, she heard you guys. She's ignoring it for now. When someone taps her and wakes her and just oi, she'll be like, fine. But she's just. I'm just letting you know that hasn't made any move so far.
She's got a comfy spot, and that's where she's staying.
Yeah, she's sleeping in the sun. She's having a real good time. Comfy spot.
Alright, as you form a line and the guards step inside the car to inspect, which I will give some perception rolls for them. An investigation roll. Well, one of them apparently smacks his head on the door and passes out. So roll to 1. You hear a call out from the guard tower. One on the roof!
Just a
And the guard
fuzzball.
steps back out. Just, I thought we were going to be cooperative.
Storm.
Get down. She
But
likes
I
to.
was comfortable, and she just stretches out, feet and legs hanging off the edge, tail in the other direction. What do you want?
They need to inspect your person. Get down here.
Please don't mistake this for an attempt to conceal someone. She just enjoys the height.
You want check what in cart, cat not in cart, cat on cart.
They're checking
Even Mug know
our
that.
personal belongings too.
Storm
Another of you lot.
slides off the cart and kind of tumbles and then just sits on the floor.
He looks you over for a moment and goes, huh. Another of you lot. You in town for the other one then?
Wait, this is where she pokes. Another one?
Yeah, seen another of your kind come through.
When? Where?
Just-
What do they look like?
Just a week ago, I think. Think he's still in town.
Where? Where can I find them?
Yeah, down at the Loose Goose, I believe.
That sounds not like a great place to have a drink. Okay.
One of the better, more finer establishments in town.
Really?
So there's a goose loose in Marion?
No, it's the name of the bar.
Is there a goose loose in the hoose? Common joke in Scotland. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
She like.
Yeah, he was a bit of a strange one. Kept to himself.
What did he look like? What were his colors? Did he have long fur or short fur? Did he have a mane? Or did he have just like me, you know, pretty normal? I'm pretty long hair, but still normal.
How much does he remember of him?
She
Decent amount.
peppers him with questions. Was his tail long? Was it short? Was it fluffy? Was it only
Long-
fluffy on the end?
That's long tail, fluffy, yeah. Purple robes. Kind of like your design. He was, what was he? It was like an orangey texture, but
So Mug's going to make a
Spotted.
little illusion and alter it as he has the description.
Orange color. What did you say after that? Was the last thing?
spotted. Long ears, longer than yours. Had kind of like a traveled look to him.
She's just nodding the whole time.
Like I said, kept to himself.
Okay, where is this tavern?
Center of town. Can't miss it.
Okay, do my check. Hurry up so I can go.
At that, he'll inspect you. Alright, seems you're all on the level.
Awesome! I'm going to meet you there! And she runs.
That's why we leave her on the roof.
Where's on the moon?
She runs it 45 feet. Nope. 90 feet around.
He just kind of looks as she like disappears into a cloud of smoke. That looks back at you and goes, "See, glad she's your problem, not mine. Don't let him be my problem."
I'll do my best. Thog, keep an eye on her.
I can just see him looking dumbfounded like,
But she gone.
yeah.
It's like, how am I meant to keep up with that?
Follow her to the tavern.
Haven't, right. I gotcha. All good. And he just comfortably strides off into town. Alright. Where do you go from here? You've been permitted entrance.
I guess if we take the cart to the tavern, see about conditions.
And we do have to return these horses.
Yes, and then on top of that as well, what we actually do. Art.
We can.
Actually, as we're leaving the guard, I'll just want to have a quick word with him and go, so if get drunk and cause an in-fight, get arrested, do need pay fine or spend time jail?
Depends how. Why are you planning this?
Things happen. Mug wants to prepare.
He kind of looks at you like confused for a moment, and then he just stands up tall and like, as members of the Xel'nari, I expect you to be on your best behavior, of course.
Mug, not Xel'nari.
Right.
Your
Depending on
con-
how bad it is, you spend some
contract.
time or you'll pay a fee. Whichever
Okay.
comes first.
When I'm just gonna check Mug contract again.
What? It specifically says I wasn't to impersonate Xel'nari. And I'm a mercenary in hire of the Xel'nari.
God damn it! Yeah, I said you aren't allowed to violate any laws enforceable by the Xel'nari. But it's not our job to enforce these town's laws. I feel like I feel like not in character. I did that on purpose.
On top of that as well, though, the Xel'nari organization would have surely looked over these contracts
No.
and not seen a problem with that either.
A representative of the Xel'nari organization did, and she did an adequate job. Well,
That was one
mostly
mistake.
adequate.
I was tired. I personally was tired.
So I take it you're all making your way to the Loose Goose,
Yes.
the Goosey Lucy.
As we're going through town, I'm going to use my delightful background feature. Watcher's Eye, my experience in enforcing the law and dealing with lawbreakers gives you a feel for local laws and criminals. I can easily find local guard outposts and pick out dens of criminal activity. Does the Loose Goose seem sus?
No. I mean, it is a sailor's tavern, so there probably is some underhanded trades happening there, but it does not seem like criminal underworld. It is probably some of the sailors shilling off some of the cargo for some extra booze money.
Okay. That's not terrible. All right.
But not organized crime.
Good.
Which, coming from where you come from, you know that is rampant in most ports. It's going to happen, and it's next to impossible for you to enforce any kind of law about it.
Oh well.
So as we're heading over, Mug will get out like a pouch of like 25 gold and go, in case I get arrested.
Did you give
And
this
hold
to
it
me?
out. Yeah, I'll hold it out to Kovac, yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
But also
moving
for
through.
when Thog does get arrested.
As you're moving through Thalai, you see a fairly large blacksmith with an attached cargo depot. It seems like this is a bit of a freighting area for materials to be coming in and out
Okay.
of Namara.
So I will take note of it and make plans to go visit it later. The carts being parked and such.
As you make your way through the streets, a gentleman dressed in... He looks to be dressed in probably once scholarly robes. They look like they at one point were quite nice, and that he definitely held some point of high station. They now look like they are tattered, worn, and he's probably been living out in the mud in them for the last several months. And he seems to be slightly disturbed. He's constantly shaking his head, and he's got his hands over his face, which is covered by a hood. And you notice as he approaches close to Euthalai that he has like a silver mask covering most of his face, so you can't really get a good look at him. As he approaches, he suddenly lurches out towards you and grabs hold of you and like pulls you to the side a bit and starts talking rapidly. His grip is abnormally strong for his size. He's quite small and looks quite frail, but his grip is quite strong. And I'm going to get everyone else to mute, please, or deafen themselves.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
hey.
And I will
So
take
put
my...
a thing in the... Put a update in the chat when we need to undeafen.
How do I deafen?
I will deafen you
There's
if you
a
want.
button.
Hang on.
Alright.
I know. I will just take my headset off.
Yes, please.
Bless you, Alice.
Unless she can't hear us, but... Oh, no, she can still.
Yeah, I was gonna say she said the heads.
He grabs you and he, like, puts his face, like, right up into your face.
So he's lifted himself from, because I was driving the car,
Yeah.
so he's just lifted himself up that way with that grip.
He's just suddenly lurched his way up onto the cart and, like, kind of pulled you aside slightly. And he's like, You will listen. I must say, yes, listen. I say, you listen. I say, you listen. I say, you listen. You listen. But if you share with you, never speak a word. No words. Not to me. Not to them. Not to me. Not to them. No one. Just you. Just you. Okay. Just you. They won't understand. No one ever understands. No one ever hear. No one shan't hear. Won't hear. You listen though. And he pauses for a moment as if waiting for you to respond.
Thalia's just staring, like he's concerned, but all this man's done is just grab him, hurting him, and Thalia's almost has like a curiosity. There's something entrancing. He just feels like he wants to listen. That's why he's not saying anything. He's just giving attention.
After a moment of no response, he just goes, 6 searches in the place where the past still lingers.
Hold on. I feel like I should write this down. So sorry. That was
6 searches in the place where the past still lingers. I'll send it to you as well.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. In the place.
2 hunts the dark one that tinkers. 5 atop the rock that sparks. 7 are hidden by the royal marks. 8 yet seek upon the spine of rocky giant. 3 dares to ply those defiant. The deaf at the first delves to the ones beneath. 9 seeks the one bequeathed. The 4th divines the vines that baffle. At a smiling face with dagger in hand. 9 crimson souls, but a 10th of light turned wrathful. I still hear the whispers. You hear them, don't you? I hear them. You hear them. Yes. Good. You know now. Yes. You know. Goodbye. Yes. Goodbye. You listen. Good. And he just suddenly lets go of you and wanders off into the crowd.
I just look at him. The words that he spoke to me, do they seem to stick in my mind or like are affecting me in any way?
No, it seems to be to you to be complete, utter gibberish. There's nothing that you can think of that it refers to. And he seemed to be quite disturbed. And even as he's walking away, you can hear him talking to himself.
Thalia just thinks of it as an oddity, something strange that happens in a town, and thinks just past it. He doesn't think of anything more. By the time we get to the tavern, he would have not forgotten the encounter, but the words would have sunk to recess the mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everything fine?
For everyone who was there at the cart, you saw the man jump up briefly, grabbing hold of Thalai, and it seemed to only take a few seconds before he let go and just wandered off into the crowd again, muttering to himself. You did not hear any exchange between them, but Thalai seemed to be suddenly very confused.
So, Thalai got grabbed?
Yeah. The guy
didn't say anything?
Moved his way up onto the cart, right up next to Thalai, put his face like basically in front of Thalai's face. And then after a few seconds, he just jumped down again and walked off into the crowd.
Yeah, because no one was at the front with me, so
but it didn't seem like any conversation happened between them.
And I wasn't actively paying it. I mean, no, at this point, I think I would I would be beginning to pay attention, but how I'm imagining the cart, it would be that the back door of the cart is open and Quebec is just poking her head out, examining the town layout. So she would probably just see someone walk away from the cart and assume that he crossed the road or something.
Oh no, you definitely saw him jump up on the cart and grab hold of Thalai.
Okay. I'll.
Hey, Thalai,
Yeah.
what did that guy want?
No idea.
Did he try to sell you something?
No, I just think he needed someone to listen to them.
He's. He looks like he's seen better days. Perhaps he was after cash.
Well, I don't think he took any, and I will just have a brief look at the purse. Has it been taken?
No.
I generally think he just wanted someone to heal him. I don't understand what he was saying, but
he didn't seem to be here for more than a few seconds. How long did he have to make an impression?
To you, Thalai, it seemed like almost a minute of conversation from him.
are you sure? It's definitely a minute.
I was examining the surroundings. I saw him emerge from an alley, jump up, and then jump down a few seconds later.
Well, it felt like a minute, but who knows? Maybe whatever he was saying just captivated me. It felt longer. Who knows?
Did he say his name?
Nope. Not anything I would take as a name.
What did he say?
I don't even remember. It was all fast. It sounded like gibberish.
Insight check. I'm suspicious. 17.
For persuasion.
Okay. So, what impression do I get from Thalai's words?
You would get that Thalai is, while he is honest in believing that the words were gibberish, that there were phrases that interest him per se, but not in a huge way, just more like if a gossip's just heard something really interesting, but it's not something they're going to think about for too long kind of thing. More of a, oh, that's intriguing, whatever kind of thing.
Okay. I'm making notes. Temporal disparity possible. We'll investigate.
If we see him again, do you want us to send him your way or make sure he goes off elsewhere?
I don't be seeing him again.
No? I look off towards where I saw him go and see if he's still visible.
Perception, please.
Sorry?
Perception, please.
Okay. That is a 6.
CX. Is that a 6 total?
Yes.
Oh. You look off. There is a decent crowd here of fishermen selling their catches and people coming back and forth through the market area of the town. If he is amongst the crowd, you do not spot him.
Okay. Yes, he appears to be gone. Oh well. To the tavern!
The loose goose.
Alright, Storm. You have definitely made it to the tavern first by a considerable margin.
This is like her only goal in this entire campaign.
You barge your way in through the doors and find what could only be described as a seedy-looking tavern. The stink of ocean air is heavy on the place, and it smells like it is not kept to a high standard. The smell of booze and also potentially throw-up is heavy in the air. You can see rather disgusting-looking gentleman with a mop kind of just sloshing the floor back and forth with a bucket of water that does not look clean at all. As well as a number of sailors off to one corner, drinking and arm wrestling and playing card games. And a larger woman sitting behind the bar. Other than that, though, there is no one else present in the tavern.
Okay, well, Storm will look around. If I can't see the tabaxi person that she's looking for, or cat person, because she doesn't actually know, she will... Oh, hang on. Oh, my shoulders. Head up to the person at the bar. What time of day is it?
This is still fairly early in the morning.
Is it a male or female?
Yeah, this is definitely a female.
Good afternoon to you, madam. I am looking for a person who is like myself. Have you seen them, and can you direct me to their general location, please?
The whole time you're talking to her, she's looking directly at you with like just a kind of almost bored look on her face, and scrubbing the bench with a cloth, and she just spits to the floor. Yes. Oh, another one of you. At least this one talks.
Yeah.
You
That's
looking
it?
for your mate, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he rents a room, but he ain't been in today.
How long has he been here?
5, 6. Henry! How long's the fluffy thing been here? And the one mopping the floor kind of looks over and goes, 6 days? Yeah, 6 days. 6 days.
Have they rented the room for this evening as well?
Yeah, he's paid for 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
Oh. Where did you see which way he went when he left this morning?
Listen, darling, ain't my responsibility to keep track of all of yous.
Hang on. Wait. I remember how this goes.
And she, like, pulls open her bag, fists her hand in.
This is work.
And she puts down 3 gold on the table.
That's how this works, right? And you give me
looks
better
down at it.
information?
And just like looks over at the sailors at the table and just immediately covers it with the cloth and drags it over to her. And leans in. She goes, you want to be a bit more careful about flashing gold coins around here. You're likely to get them confiscated. Yeah, I see where he goes. He goes down to the docks all the time. Spends some time out in the fields as well, gathering some herbs and stuff. And then he sits around up in his room for hours on end doing, I don't know, nothing. Don't speak none, no.
Have you tried talking to him in cat?
I'm not gonna fucking purr and meow at him. You speak common, Danny.
I have only been speaking this language for 4 years. It's not native for us.
Right. Well, yeah, you are an exotic thing, aren't you?
That sounds a bit strange. To me, you are exotic.
She looks herself over and she goes, "Well, that's the nicest thing anyone said to me for a while." You hear that, Henry? I'm exotic. Yeah. And his response is, "Yeah, as exotic as what's on the end of this mop." That she just gives him the finger.
He's not very nice, is he?
He's a bastard of a thing, but
It's okay.
Keeps the
I will
place
bring
running.
you flowers and I will make your day way better. Thank you for all your help today. Anything else to tell me before I leave?
nah, darling.
Okay. She just bolts.
Leaving her looking very confused.
Yep.
Would Storm like collide with Thog in the doorway or something?
Imagine Thog would probably be just coming down to the door, yeah, so she'll probably come bursting out in front of him.
Oh! Hello, Thog! Oh, this is
Oi,
perfect. What?
You ran off on us.
Yes, I did. Exactly that.
I mean, I know I'm keen for a drink too, but, like, could have waited for me before getting started.
Oh, hey, Thog, do you have money?
Yeah, I got some.
Awesome! You stay here. Can you let the rest of everybody else know that I am going to the docks to find the other cat, okay?
But we're not drinking?
Oh, no, you're gonna stay here and drink because they're coming here and you're going to let them know, okay? Good plan. Good plan.
I can
good
do
plan.
that. No
Okay,
problem.
wait. But best behavior, no trouble causing. We can make trouble together later.
Alright, dear.
Yay! Okay,
Alright.
but wait till I get back. You can't have trouble without me, okay?
I swear it.
Okay, now go drink. I'll be back.
Alright.
And she runs off.
Progress? Kind of.
So the rest of you arrive to find him on his third ale, with another 3 sitting at the table waiting for him.
It's been less than 5 minutes.
Catching up. It's been a while. I've also, mourning my loss.
It was alcohol.
Okay. What would you do if you couldn't read books for a month?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd write a book.
Well, I don't know how to make ale, so this is the next best thing. Remind me to ask Storm. We've got to learn how to make ale.
Where is Storm?
Oh, right, yeah. I've got to tell you that she's gone to the docks.
That's very forward thinking of her.
She told me to wait here, and I'm not allowed to make trouble until she gets back. But then we're going to make trouble.
No, you're not. And I will.
She said I could.
And I will move further into the room with the rest of the gang. We ought to find passage. It seems like this is a decent crowd. I kind of just look around.
There's 5 sailors in there. You notice as you walk in with your Xel'nari uniforms on, 2 hurriedly get up and excuse themselves out of the building.
Yeah,
That's probably for the best.
Storm's Xel'nari outfit is not very obvious. She just wears a sash.
Whereas mine is very obvious.
At this, the lady comes around the counter and she goes, "Oh, Xel'nari, my fine establishment. What can I do for you lot then?"
Food, libations, boarding, and potential passage on a ship west.
tonight will be the time when you wanted to do that, or you head down to the docks and you can ask around the ships there. But a lot of the captains will be in tonight. As for food and libations, she turns, Henry, get in the kitchen. Now, what would you darlings like?
I love this woman.
An egg white omelette with bacon, please.
My friend will have the freshest food you have.
Very well, I can scrounge something up, not a problem.
4 servings.
Very well. Alright, and you want a room as well?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did Thalai come in as well?
I would tell Kovac that you see to the horses and that I want to go see a shop I saw.
Of course.
Yep. So the lie won't be coming in.
Then I will.
Rooms for 6.
Then I'll add to my request list and boarding for a wagon.
Rightio then, that'll come to 26 silver.
Kovac.
All right.
Does Kovac have the money to pay for that, or?
I can pay for some of that. I would probably be looking
Mug
to
will put
Sam.
down 2 gold.
I'll put down 6 silver.
Again, and she just takes the coin and goes, Right, you are. We'll get you my finest room available. Just the 1 or 2 for you lot?
2. How many rooms will be required for 6?
I can always squeeze some bunks in if you wanted to share, but yeah, you can get 2.
2, please.
Rightio. You let me know if you need anything else, alright then, darlings?
Certainly.
Yeah, Henry will be back out shortly with some food and drink for you.
Thank you. I'm going to take a seat and just start people watching.
And she makes her way upstairs to the bedrooms to prepare 2 rooms for you.
I'd like to try and get a better read on this establishment from the inside, because it seems okay from the outside, but I'm still
Kovac,
curious.
you're gonna scare away customers.
Why is that?
Because you look like you're wanting to arrest someone.
How did you know?
It's the way that you're sort of crinkling your nose and looking down at people.
I've been to taverns like this plenty of time, and they are infuriating purely by virtue of their means to evade the more practical sides of the law. It is difficult to enforce laws in a place like this when dealings are so fluid.
Well, you don't need to enforce the laws here, do you?
Technically, no, but I'm from a large coastal city. It's kind of a bad habit.
But not your town, not your laws, not your circus, not your monkeys.
That's true. I'll try and turn off that part of my brain, I suppose. And she'll begrudgingly spin back around to actually face forward at the bar, as opposed to just facing out and
yeah, scanning everyone who comes in and going.
Scanning the crowd.
Yeah.
And we'll try to relax.
Well, Kovac, you've got my bail money.
I do.
this has been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm not Xel'nari. I'm here to help, but I need to be off the books tonight.
All right. That leaves acquisition of travel to the rest of us. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. And I think Thog is probably going to need the same. He's been behaving,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Just
We'll
I'd-
only engage in consensual trouble.
I'd say don't do anything I wouldn't do, but that severely limits your options.
Mm.
And that seems cruel. So don't do anything in violation of your contract.
We'll see. And I'll motion over for like an equal number of drinks to how many Thog ordered.
Okay. This can only end well. All right,
Uh-huh.
Oh yes.
Storm, you rush over to the docks.
Yes.
I'll get you to make me a perception check as you start, like, bouncing up on top of your tips of your toes, looking over the port.
26.
You see, the one that they were speaking of. He stands about a foot taller than yourself. Quite muscular and quite heavily built. He seems to be similarly patterned as a jaguar.
Hmm?
No, sorry, not a jaguar, a leopard. Sorry, wrong one. He's dressed in the robes very reminiscent of the priests of your island.
How do I feel about the priests personally? All things
That's-
considered.
To you to decide how you feel about them. I've told you what their motives are.
All right. Her excitement. Yeah.
You think you recognize him.
Can I stop and stare at them for just a second to like insight check to maybe see if I can figure out or history or something to see if I can figure out who it
Yeah.
is?
Do an insight check.
15. So.
You do recognize him, or at least you pretty sure you're confident of who he is. He was a couple of years older than yourself and grew up in the monastery as well. You know him by the name of Subtlewing. He always liked to keep to the shadows and keep to himself, but was very well trained in the martial arts of the monks. And very dedicated to the priesthood. You see upon him an ornate dagger, very reminiscent of your homeland, as well as a chain wrapped twice around his waist with what looks to be a large ball with like a dragon's claw holding over it. You recognize it to be one of the weapons that the monks train with there. Able to inflict a lot of damage from a decent reach. Or possibly even entangle people. He carries upon him a backpack as well as several scrolls, and you recognize around his neck is a compass similar to yours. He has not as yet noticed you.
She will.
But you also notice upon his face, similar to yourself, many scars of potentially damage from the storm as well, like you had.
She will, being the mischievous child she is, recognizing him from the monastery, giggle maniacally very quietly to herself, and then proceed to try and sneak up on him.
Alright, make me a stealth check.
14. It's not gonna end well. She
You attempt
thinks
to,
she's stealthy.
you attempt to sneak up on him. As you get close, what do you try and do to approach him?
Okay, so she like circles around widely, tries to come at him from an angle, except that she's just being light-footed about it and just tries to like get up behind him, and it's just like and I presume that's when he figures out that she's there, or just decides
As
to
you
react.
approach behind, he spins around suddenly, grabbing you by the hand, spinning you around with him, and just slamming you against some crates. And then in Cat, as we shall call it, he goes. He turns to you, looking you over.
Oh.
He goes, "Feather of the wind. You made this much easier coming near yourself. It's time to go."
Wait. What?
And that's where we're in tonight's session.
What? Yes, it wasn't me this time.
Hey, I guess it's safe to say that you've been hiding that storyline, but now the cat's out of the bag.
And you're alone!
Yeah, she's alone.
You made this a lot easier for me.
She told Thug to tell you where she was. It's not my fault you guys didn't come to help her.
She, like,
And we do have a description of the other cat.
No,
But
you
the
don't.
question,
No, we
you
got the
don't.
description from the guard. Well, I was there when you were hearing it. I was
Yeah,
doing
you
the
got
illusion.
a bit of a description, yeah.
Yeah, orange,
Oh,
spotted,
yeah, that's true.
taller,
Yeah.
muscular. Yeah.
the
Also-
interesting thing is going to be like, is anyone actually heading for Storm right now though? Because as far as I'm aware, I've gone to a shop.
yes.
Mug
What?
and Kovac are busy in. I don't think anyone's actually coming directly after you, Alice.
Oh, that's
Wh-
fine. Storm will fucking 1v1 this bitch, man. She might lose, but she will 1v1 this bitch. She
we
has
may hit.
only mild respect for the monks. They...
So, I feel like we should probably ask Oddie to watch up to a certain point and ask what he would have had Sam do without this knowledge, because then we'll know where he was going. One thing I do know is once Kovac was done with her breakfast, she was going to go to the docks to talk to captains individually and figure out where they were going, just to get some foreknowledge prior to the evening. But that's going to take some time for her to be all like, omelette, yum yum. Now, go to the docks.
Alrighty.
Yep, probably.
Yeah, I think the term omelette is wishful thinking.
Oh, goody. A plate of gruel.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That will taste somehow like fish.
That sounds very likely.
until I cast prestidigitation on it to make it taste like an egg white omelette.
If Storm was there, he could have done the fish of the day is trout a la creme. Fish.
Fish? Fishy?
If people get the reference.
I'm scared.
You should be. I mean, what? Hi.
Oh shit, she's doing exactly, and it's great because when Thug pulled her up on it and was like, "You ran off all alone," she's like, "Yeah, Barter told me not to do this." I'm doing it anyway.
If you're not there in a while, we'll do ascending and then realize that you're in actual trouble. Also, if the fight goes badly, you can just levitate into the air.
That is
And-
exactly her plan.
Yeah, but I have
The
a
problem
feeling
is that he
he's
knows
got-
her tricks.
Yeah. Ash has had time to plan for this.
Yes,
Ash knows
yes, he
exactly
does.
what he's
Has.
doing.
I'm curious as to why her people are looking for her.
Because you're not supposed to be here. You're all supposed to be on the island.
No,
Yeah,
like
everything's
it's like if you leave
perfect.
the island, you're an exile. You don't come back. They don't send people coming after you. This is like exciting for me because I'm like, wait a minute, this is not how this
Yeah.
goes. Why are they coming for Storm? This is she did not suspect. Like in her mind, absolutely, she was like, oh, he must have somehow gotten stuck out here just like her. That's why she didn't even think to like presume that there was a threat. Because it's never happened before. Not in her lifetime. Not in the history that she knows. Has a single person come back to the island.
Yeah, but your memory is like, what, 4 minutes?
Nah, man, she remembers the shit that she cares about. And
Yeah.
there's not a lot, but this is one thing. If there's one thing she's cared about this campaign, it's her homeland. And finding out as much as she can about it. But
Me, I
yes.
want to know what all that fucking gibberish was that I got sent and what that's going to be about. Because it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thing.
Oh god, I'm so just, there are so many things. Oh my god, everything all at once. Oh god.
I should see that movie. But still,
Yeah.
concern.
Mm.
Mug
Good.
was
Hacking.
really good in that
Hmm?
Mug, he looks really good.
Oh,
Mm.
thank you.
So happy
Yeah.
about him and
Getting
Like
there.
don't get me wrong, like I really love to lie, but I think you're doing a really nice job with Mug.
Oh yeah.
Ironically, I think it's actually the mug that Mug is holding that looks the best.
Yeah, that's definitely helping.
Unintentional. I put a whole lot of extra detail into the metal. I might go back and do the same level of detail on the rest of the metal of stuff.
He has that look of, well, actually.
Yeah.
Here, I'll see if I can make it a
Whereas Sam just looks like, not before my morning coffee.
I know.
Very much. Kovac is very much, well, the correct way to deal with this would be.
I'm just
No, no,
like,
I
let's
assume
smash some
opposing-
faces in.
Kovac's pose to me reads as, no, start from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Actually, I feel
I'm
like
taking
it's
a
more
statement.
like, oh, you interrupted me, I will start over
Mm.
from the beginning.
Oh yeah, actually, that's the expression on the face. Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you had fun. I know I did.
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely. Yeah, me
We
too.
will be back hopefully next week. Due to work, it may not happen, but hopefully next week. If not, Tuesday night.
Oh
Mm.
God,
That number.
I'm not ready. I mean, I'm kind of ready, but I'm not ready enough.
It's ready for us. I mean, we're not ready for you at this point. We're on a weird spaceship that doesn't make any sense to Lockie, so...
Yeah, we are so Rory. Just
Yeah, but now you're all swole.
Yeah, which concerns me even more.
yeah. I want to know what other horrifying effects you've added to Catalina and her fucked up physiological form. Love
So I'm
it.
just
He's
thinking,
now immune to vodka.
I feel like your thoughts are, what am I going to do that justifies me being so nice?
Yeah.
No, I don't see any niceness in this. This is not a nice.
Lockie
this is a
just
deal with
got-
the devil.
Lockie just got considerably stronger. So there's gotta be a reason for it, because...
Has Nucleus done anything to make you not trust them?
Yes.
What?
He made us attack harmless creatures.
They suggested you attack harmless creatures, and you obliged.
They attacked us because he influenced them.
It's true. They
Come on.
did attack
Have
first.
they done anything to make you suspicious today?
No.
But yesterday, on the
Technically,
other
it's
hand,
been the one day.
Leave them be. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
all right. Well, who are we rating?
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. What do I got to do all the work around here? Jeez.
Allow me to check. Which?
Soki's is. Are they just chatting though? D&D Sunday, we made it to the next round.
No one else I'm subscribed to is live except us.
I mean, I have people we can raid, most certainly. But, just depends if we want to raid, someone new, whether we want to...
It looks like they're just making characters on Hero Forge at the moment.
Who is?
Soki's. We've raided them before,
Oh, okay.
but it looks like they're just doing Hero Forge at the moment.
Hey, Fidget.
Let's see, who's playing Dungeons and Dragons right now? Raid them with a couple of beeps.
There's some Germans.
German?
We should try and
With
keep it in
A
English.
couple of thousand people watching.
Oh my
Das-
god.
Das ist gut, ja? German.
Wait, what? Where?
Ordered mine.
I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. Unless you're looking at tabletop.
Should be the D&D tag. Then again, my browser's doing funny buggers.
I mean, I have people that personally we could raid.
Then do that. Why not?
But, okay.
Well, to continue on the art thing, do you have anyone doing art? Because
Oh, does Gardic Phone count
Hello.
as art?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, let me just check in on
Hilarious
them right
art.
now. Let me just check in on them.
there were some suggestions from the chat.
Oh, dude.
Tubby Raptor.
Oh, I was gonna say, they're currently drawing the Iron Giant in Gardic Phone. Holy shit, I forgot how amazing their art is. This is absurd. This person's art is amazing. But they're also playing with viewers, I believe, Gardic Phone. So if you wanted to get in and join in, you could. And they've only been streaming for about 30 minutes, so...
Perfect.
Yeah. Might be a worthwhile stream to push over to. But, Kennel, feel free to keep those guys in mind for next time. You're unfortunately just a teeny bit slow there. Yeah, so I'm going to bop us over to the end of stream. And we'll catch you on Tuesday, hopefully, Rory, pending.
Everything should be fine. I have a full team now, which means that I get to sleep and prepare for campaigns.
And I will probably proceed to continue drawing this drawing during that stream. Maybe. Or I might actually work on one of the Stars of Our Number characters. Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're on a 30-second delay, Kennel. We are on a not 30-second delay, and our brains... Well, you know what? Keep them for next
Our
time.
brain is on more than a 30-second delay.
You know what? My brain is on like a 5-minute delay. Anyway, yeah, we will catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you then. Toodaloo!
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Till next time.